Steel boots stomping, crashing the floor. Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag-off at a Pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome back, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Good morning. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 887 of the Two Dum Yinzers. There's no surprise what today is, everybody. It is playoff Monday for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right, everybody. I am so pumped up. I got to be honest with you. I got out of bed and I just jumped right up and I'm singing and I'm just in a great mood. I'm almost sure that I've exerted about half of my yearly energy already. So, guys, super excited. A lot of things going on. Guys on the board, welcome to the show. I got to be honest with you. This is what we waited for. It's been 1 year and 1 day since the last time we were in a playoff game. That's right. Last year on January 11, the Steelers took on the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs last year. Here we are on January 12. 1 year, 1 day later. We're hungry. Very hungry. I know everybody's hungry on the board. I know everybody's hungry on Steeler Nation, guys. So much going on tonight for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2025 AFC Wildcard Showdown with the Houston Texans right here in Pittsburgh tonight, guys. It's here. This is what we've been waiting for 365 days. From the moment we lost last year till now, this is what we've been waiting for, and it's here. Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it. We got so much to get into today, but let's start with some of the games yesterday while some people still roll in, guys. Let's talk about some of the games over the weekend real quick, just to get it out there. Yes, and then there were 9. That's right. As of right now, there are 9 teams left that could still qualify, could still win the Super Bowl. And guess what? Your Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the 9 teams, guys, remain after the playoffs this week. Crazy playoffs. A lot of things to talk about today. We'll get into some of these. We'll look at our opponent if we would happen to win tonight. So many things we're going to get into. Surprise injury popped up on the list. I don't think it's going to hurt us, but so many things to get into. And not only is this a big day for the Steelers, also for you, somebody right here from the Terrible Board, guys. You do have a chance to grab my balls in the Grab My Balls playoff giveaway today. We're We're announcing the winners today. Guys, it's here. This is one of the most exciting days of the year, and hopefully we can have another one next week, and the next week, and the week after that, and maybe even one more week. Guys, it would be surely be awesome. But guys, as I did say, do get in. If you want a chance to have a shot to grab my balls right here, this beautiful, beautiful personal football of mine, it's autographed by these following players: your defensive captain, Cam Hayward, the great Antonio Brown, Pittsburgh's own Charlie Batch, big boy David DeCastro, Derek Moy from right here in Rochester, Cortez Allen and Ross Vitrone, guys, right here on this football. It could be yours today. That's right, today. It's going to be yours. We're giving it away right here on the show. We're going to wait till about halftime beyond, because we're going to give people a little extra time just in case you were saving, waiting. Maybe, guys, get in. You still have a chance to the halfway point of the show today. Get down that little dollar sign down below. It only costs $1 to get in on this entry, guys, and you can grab my ball today. That's right. It could be all yours. It won't be here anymore. So there you go. This beautiful autograph football on the set will be gone after today, guys. So do get in on that if you want a shot at that. It's a, like I said, a lot of great autographs on there, guys. I'm excited to give it away today. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get ready for the Steelers game. We got all kind of things, guys, to get ready for tonight. That's right, 8:15 tonight, the Steelers take on the Houston Texans in the Smear the Steer game here in Pittsburgh. That's right, Smear the Steer. The Steelers will be taking on, let me just fix my volume here real quick, my level. There we go. Miss Pittsburgh is in on another entry. She did. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Good luck to you on that. Hopefully you win. I don't want to lean anyway. I'm not favoring anybody, but I just want to say this, guys. Good luck to whoever does win it. I am very excited to give it away tonight. Or today. Let me say hi to everybody on the board. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, wherever you may be. Big day, game day, and a lot going on, guys. Let me catch up with everybody this morning. I don't want to get too far behind. Miss Pittsburgh says, here we go, Steelers Nation. That's right, baby. That is right. Here we go, Steeler Nation. She says, good afternoon, Steeler Nation. Are we ready to go? We sure are. I'm a man, Jamal. What's up, gang, brother? Always great seeing Jamal on the terrible board. Sir, how are you today? Hopefully all is well. Miss Pittsburgh says, let's ride. I'm ready. Let's ride. Let's do this thing. Jamal says, what up, Steeler gang? My man. Let's get it. Also, Miss Pittsburgh says, here we go. Jamal says, gang. Miss Pittsburgh says, I am so freaking excited to go. You know what? I am too. Again, I think I've already exerted about 98% of my yearly energy, and we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this year plays out. But I'm certainly very excitable today. Tyrone, my man, what's up, brother? Great seeing you on the terrible board. As always, the great Tyrone. Tyrone says, hey, let's go, baby. Tyrone says, game day. Miss Pittsburgh says, let's go. Miss Pittsburgh also says, it's game day, baby. Let's do it. Tyrone says, fuck them Texans. Fuck them Texans. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Smear the steer. Miss Pittsburgh says, I'm very hungry. You know what? We all are. We're all hungry for a playoff win, guys. Boy, would it be exciting if we could get this win tonight with against the Houston Texans in the wild card round, as we already know the opponent for whoever does win tonight, hopefully us. But we do have that all figured out, guys. We'll get into that and so much more today. Welcome, Yinzer Joe. He says, let's get it tonight. Steeler Nation, baby. That's right, baby. Woo! Steeler Nation. Let's get it. Jamal says, yeah. Also, he also says this. What up, T? And then little Tater Tot, he even swung by. You know what, Tater Tot, you're kind of becoming an odd piece here on the show, but you know what? We welcome you. Welcome back, Tater Tot. Jamal says this. Okay, he's talking to Tyrone. Also, he does say this. Man, Tater's a Steeler fan. I do think that Tater might be a Steeler fan. And if he's not, he's certainly transitioning, if you will, to become a Steeler fan. I can see it. I can see it. And I can see it. Tater Tot. And there is, okay, Miss Pittsburgh. All right. And as I said, good luck to you. Thank you on that as well. Again, we are drawing this today. The winner, this football, this beautiful autograph football right behind me, will be gone. Will no longer be seen on this set ever again. Because that's right. Today it is going to go to somebody from right here, somebody that follows the show, likes the show, and put their name in for an entry, guys. I can't wait. I can't wait to give it away. We'll do that in the second half of the show today. Tyrone did say, but I did watch that live, shaking my head off, shaking my head. Jamal says, damn, Tortilla too, shaking my head. I thought that was my boy. They're going on over there. Armac, what's going on, brother? Go. Always great to see the great Armac on the terrible board. Tater Tot says, great games this week, and I couldn't agree with you more. This is why I think that he's a Steeler fan, because he makes sense sometimes. You talk to a Browns fan, they don't make a lot of sense a lot of the times, obviously, right? Let's go to this. Armac says, Tyrone, how you doing? It's been a while, my man. Always great seeing all the guys. Listen, unite. Today's the day to unite. Right? Come on. This is what it's all about. This is why we're all here. This is why we do what we do. Let's get it together for a day. And you know what? I know all you guys from the shows, and are all really good people, and I think we'll get it all sewed up. But I do think, guys, today we pull it together, because if there's any day that we do that, it's today. Tyrone says, "Nah, you and Lindsay all funny." Jamal, he says, "I'm blessed, my brother. Of course you are, sir." Let's see. Tyrone says, "JPJ ready to lock up Collins? He better, man. It's a big day. It's a big day for JPJ, and I think he's going to do it." Tyrone also says, "Yeah, okay. Not to follow even really okay." So they're still going. Mike from behind the scenes says, "Tater has seen the light." Tater Tot has seen the light. He is a Cleveland Browns fan, but yet he still manages to pop up here every day. And you know what? We're here for it. He's seen the light. Tater Tot, welcome. Tater Trans, Steeler Freak, my man. What's up? Big John Stud, middle name Mud. Glad to see you back today, brother. It's game day. This is what you and I come on, you're one of the OGs. We do this every year with you. We've been through this. Good times, bad times, all the times. It's here, man. This is what we talk about all year. This is what we wait for all year. It's been 365 days, as it was January 11, the last time the Steelers played in a postseason game against the Ravens, just a little over a year ago, guys. And Big John Stud's in for it. I know he is. I do want to say good morning, good afternoon to everybody on the board. Let's go right here. Tyrone said, "Nizzy, don't get me started with him." They got a whole thing going on again, guys. Pull it together, huh? Pull it together for one day. Pull it together. We got this. You guys are gonna be all right, believe me. Also, Jamal says, "With Everdude, he's got that going on over there." And finally, Richard, my man, Richard on the terrible board. Always great to see the great Richard Jankowski on the board. He says, "Let's beat the Texans tonight. Let's go Steelers." That's right, baby. It is Smear the Steer game. Smear the Steer week here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The game tonight, 8:15 Monday Night Football on the North Shore, as those Texans come from a cozy 80-degree temperature down in South Texas, as they make the trek up to the Berg to play our black and gold tonight, baby. That's right. The winner does go on to play at Foxborough. We'll get into that and so much more, guys, as the time goes on today. A lot of stuff to get into. I don't want to miss out on anything. Let's go over some of these games from the weekend. I agree with the little tater tart. He says there were some superb games on the over the weekend. And it sure was. There sure were a lot of games that were all the way back to college. Start with the college games. What amazing games all the way up till last night, I guess, would be the one game that wouldn't have been a game that was decided by 3 points or less. And obviously the Indiana game, but that was on its own thing. That's on its own level. And I do want to say congratulations to Coach Kirk Giannetti. What's his name? Signetti from Indiana. He is from right here in Pittsburgh. So good luck to you in the national championship last week, as Indiana did beat Oregon 56-22. The number 1 seed beat number 5 56-22. In the other game, Miami, of course, was number 10 overall in the playoffs, and they beat Ole Miss, who's number 6 31-27. That sets up a showdown for next Monday, 1 week from tonight, for the national championship, guys. It is going to be Miami versus Indiana. I'm going to be, listen, my ACC, I'm rooting for my ACC, but on the other hand, Signetti also is from Pittsburgh, the coach for Indiana. I'm going to be rooting for him as well. So I'm glad it's not the pros. That's all I got to say. I'm just glad it's not my Steelers, glad it's not the NFL. I got to focus. We got to focus. And guys, again, pull it together today, just today. And then we'll get back at it tomorrow and in the future, and we'll get everything figured out with you guys. Listen, you're all Steeler fans, baby. It's not that we can't fix this. We're going to fix this. I promise you. Every one of you guys on the board, we're going to fix it for you. We're going to be involved. We're going to help you guys, and we're going to get everything back together, because I like every single one of you. Every one of you. You guys are great. Thank you so much for your support, guys. All right, let's get into it. A lot to get into today. This is what the scores look like from over the weekend. On Saturday, the Rams beat the Panthers in a game that looked like Carolina had at one point. The Rams win this game 34-31. The Bears coming back. They were down big also on Saturday to the Packers. The Bears coming back 27-24 with that win over the Packers. I got to be honest with you guys, I'm impressed with Caleb Williams. I didn't know if I was going to like him, but I watched this game, and this kid's going to be good. He's going to win them guys a lot of football games in Chicago. And you know what? It's been a while since you could say that about a quarterback in Chicago. So good for them. Sunday. The games yesterday that were played were the Bills and the Jaguars, of course. The Bills and Jaguars. The Bills win this one 27-24, which kind of shaped the way things would be if we would win tonight on how things would go. We'll get more into that in just a moment. 49ers 23, the Eagles 19. And finally, the Patriots in the Chargers last night. The Patriots win this game 16-3, which means if we win tonight, and I think we're going to, we have to go up to the hated Foxborough, Massachusetts, guys. Gillette Stadium. His two teams fighting for their 7th Super Bowl would be facing off next week. Next Sunday would be how it breaks down. If it does, in fact, go our way tonight, it'll be a Sunday game. Not sure if it's a late or it's the early, but it, in fact, will be a Sunday game next week if we do win tonight up in New England. So lots and lots and lots of things, guys. These are some interesting get this. Let me see if I can find it. I had it somewhere here. Okay, here it is. Get this. If you didn't hear this, this might blow your mind. Steeler freaks, sit down. Grab Terry Bongshaw, if you will. Guys, only in the 4th game of the playoffs, which was before the game last night, it only took 4 playoff games this weekend to set a new record for most 4th quarter league changes in a single postseason all time. 4, not even the 5th game last night. The first 4 games this weekend in the wildcard round. 4 playoff games this weekend to set a new record for most 4th quarter lead changes in a single postseason ever. Crazy year, guys. I can't say I know what's going on, but I can say I do know that the Steelers are in it. The Steelers do play tonight. They do host the Houston Texans in a huge playoff game. I think that this game, in my opinion, tonight is win or bust. There is no moral victories for this Steeler team moving forward. It's win or bust. It truly is. If you don't win, you really got to soul search and figure out what the hell you got to do to get out of this out of this slump. A decade of a slump. All right, so many things, guys. Let's take a look at this decade of the slump that we're dealing with here. This is what the end of the first quarter scores were for your Pittsburgh Steelers team for your last 6 postseason games. They were down 7-0 to the they were 7-0 to the Baltimore Ravens last year. Sorry. 14-0 to the Bills at the end of the first quarter last year. It was 0-0 against Kansas City about 3 playoff games ago. 28-0 we were down to the Browns at the end of the first quarter that season. 14-0 we were down to the Jacksonville Jaguars the year before, and we were down 10-0 to the Patriots in the game before that, guys. So the first quarter of every game that we played in this losing streak, we scored 0 points in the first quarter, 0. Which, you know what, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you can't be giving up a lot of points. You know, if you're going to have 0, you have to keep the other team pretty damn close to where you're at. Having a team have 28 points while you have 0 certainly ain't going to work in the playoffs. This is time to step up. This is all hands on deck. This is get ready to play football tonight, guys. So many things to get into this today. So many. Again, we are drawing. We're going to be doing the drawing for this football right here today. And also, guys, if you are heading down to the stadium tonight, do swing over to Gold Lot 2. The 2 Dum Yinzers will be with Duquesne Pilsner tonight at the Acrisure Stadium parking lot, along with Pittsburgh Steely and Jay Reckless. Swing by and have some Duquesne Pilsner with us before you head into the stadium tonight. Guys, to get fired up, I got some plans. We're gonna get everybody a little fired up tonight before they go into the game. So hope to see you down at the stadium tonight, parking lot, Gold Lot 2 at Acrisure Stadium. Do swing by and come hang out with us, guys. Again, have some beer, Duquesne Pilsner, be flowing like the 3 rivers. So swing on over and get ready for the Steeler game with us tonight as we do get ready to go into this wild card game day. This is game day, guys. I don't know if you're excited as I am, but I'm really excited. Let me jump back on the board for a few messages here, as I don't want to get far behind. But we have a lot to get into today as we do get ready for this big matchup tonight with the Texans. Smear the steer. That is the theme tonight. At least for me it is. I'm going to go right here. Let's see. I'm going to go right here. Let me go somewhere. Tyrone says, Izzy, don't get me started with him. Tater has seen the light. Got that. Tater Trans. I know we did get this one. Let me move. Okay, right there. I think I got to Richard. Tyrone, let's see them guys going. They're talking amongst themselves. I'm going to swing right up here to Armac. He says, I hear it's going to be cold out tonight. Armac, it was like 40 some degrees the other day, 50 degrees here in Pittsburgh. As the time went on, I kept thinking, come on. All the time I want warmer weather. Now that I don't want the warm weather, here it is. But it's going to get to right around 30 degrees, which, in my opinion, it's doable. Even for the Texans, I think that 30 degrees ain't that cold. I was hoping for some teens, maybe single digits, maybe minus, but here we are. Still, let's hope that could play some kind of advantage against a team coming from the 80-degree days down in Houston, Texas. That could. Again, if we could take advantage in that sense, that would be fantastic. Let me stay on the board here for a few more messages. Go right here to right around here. Joe said the game might be a battle to convert on third downs. Texans offense can't convert while giving up a lot on third down. Good thing red zone offense is bad for the Texans. It's really bad for the Texans. I think they're 28 or 29 on red zone offense, guys. So we do have that red zone offense. We do have that going in our favor. Steelers are very good there. They are with Aaron Rodgers. I know, my man. I thing is, I like y'all guys. I like these guys, and again, let's pull it together for one day. Let's enjoy this game, and if we could win this football game, maybe we could build. We could build off of that, and start building that all together for you guys. So, love you too, man. Let's see. Let's get this win. D'Amico been big, talking big. You know what, D'Amico? You'd expect them to. Come on, bring it up to Western PA and let's see what you got. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. Bring it to the Steel City. Bring it to Sixburg, and let's see what you got. That's all. That's all we can do. Let me go right here. Tyrone says on one day it's the Bengals, then Steelers, the Saints. Let's see. Steeler Freak says Herbert, Lawrence, Jackson are all on the playoff baby shit soft list. I agree. I think they're all pretty decent quarterbacks, but again, you've seen how that played out over the weekend. Let's see. Go right here. Joe says this Steelers can't start slow on either side of the ball tonight. Armac says, what game do you think was most impressive over the weekend? Armac, I do want to say welcome, my friend. Always great seeing Armac on the terrible board. Let me just look at the games real quick to refresh my memory. I thought I got to be honest with you. I was impressed with Caleb Williams. I mean, they was down big. I thought there's no way the Bears are going to win. This is Green Bay. People are going to start calling for their Green Bay Steelers, Aaron Rodgers Super Bowls, and they were. But I got to be honest with you. I was impressed with what Caleb Williams was able to do out there in that situation. And the guy's a baller. No two ways about that. I got to give him more credit than I have been in the past. Maybe the Bears game, Armac. They were all great. They were all great games. Hard to pick just one. Also, this. You're right. Jamal says Patrick Quinn got a ball out tonight. You're everybody, all hands on deck. Again, no moral victories tonight. It's win or bust. It truly is. This could be a crazy offseason if things don't go our way. So let's continue to hope that things do happen our way and we can pull this win off again, and we could maybe push that back sometime, because at the end of the day, you don't know. You never know from week to week. And we will be back tomorrow one way or another, whether it be Victory Tuesday or it be preparing for the offseason and moving forward. Any way you slice it, we are here all year long. So do continue to come back and hang out with us as we continue to follow our Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. Let's see what else we got going on in here on the board. Also, I want to say welcome to Wing Dong. He says, sup, dum-dums. What's up, brother? Wing Dog, har har. Welcome to the terrible board. Also, this right here, I'm going to go to Steeler Freak, where he's saying Tomlin's saying Tomlin's saying the Texans D is outstanding, and they have the most prolific pass rushers in the NFL. They're pretty good. There's no two ways about that. That was a shot at his locker room. Let's see if he gets motivated. I got to be honest with you. That is it's a scary defense. It's going to be reminiscent of the Browns game a couple weeks ago. And I said that many times. I feel the same way. We're going to get into how to beat that this time around here today on the show. Also, Windog says this reminder, Tallman is undefeated on Monday Night Home. Hey, he's right. You're right, my man. The Steelers are under, dude, all the way back to 1991. So if anything, and again, I don't know what that even means, if something that goes all the way back 35 years even means anything, but the fact of the matter is the Steelers have not lost a Monday Night Football home game since 1991. 1991. Bingo, what's up, bro? Always great seeing the great Bingo on the terrible board. Armac, Foxborough next Sunday. We win, that's where we're going. Back to the Patriots and the Steelers in the playoffs if we do win. Both teams trying to get that elusive 7th Super Bowl. So it would be interesting if it did play out that way, of course. Tyrone says, hope Mike Tallman's ready. Just Learning, what's up, bro? Always great seeing Just Learning on the terrible board. He says, go Steelers. All hands on deck. And you know what? That means everybody. That don't mean the defense and the offense. All of us. All hands on deck, guys. This is what we do. This is what we're here for. This is what we wait for all year. All hands on deck. Everybody, do what you got to do today to get yourself and this team ready, whether you're at the stadium, whether you're across the country, whether you're even like P over in Japan. Do what you got to do. This is the one day all year that you wait for. And I got to be honest with you, McKeesport right here in Pittsburgh, guys, they are already taking a 2-hour delay for their school day tomorrow. This is how all hands on deck things are. And I think that there's going to be more that follow that suit because, again, very exciting being back in the playoffs for these Pittsburgh Steelers and that one win. We're a win away from getting back out of this slump that we've been in for almost 10 years in the playoffs, guys. So McKeesport, they have 2-hour delay. Also, Permani says, no, none. Forget about it. No cowboy hats. That's right. If you were wearing a cowboy hat in town this weekend, don't even try to walk into Permani Brothers. They are banning anybody wearing cowboy hats this weekend for the Steer coming up to play the Steelers, of course, on the North Shore tonight on Monday Night Football in the AFC Wildcard game. The last game of the weekend, again, as it played out last week with the Ravens. It was the last game of the year, or last game of the year, of course, for the regular season. Last game of the weekend tonight. Guys, same situation. Everybody's fired up. Don't wear your cowboy hats into Permani's. And McKeesport will be on a 2-hour delay tomorrow. That's freaking awesome. I don't always agree with Tom Brady, but I do agree with Tom Brady when he says the day after the Super Bowl should be a national holiday. That's just me. I've been a football fan for 45 years, probably somewhere right around there. I would love nothing more to see the Super Bowl be a national holiday. If anything, I think we could all agree on that. Right, guys? Let's see what else we got going on the board here today. Right here. No. All right, right here. Jamal says, my T for life. You know what? If he pulls it off, brother, we're back in the same boat. You know what I mean? All it has to do with me is winning and losing football games. So he wins, we're back in. We lose, again, it starts a long off season. And I got to be honest, I don't want to be in that off season just yet. I don't want to be in that off season until after we win the Super Bowl. And again, it would be a whole different off season have that be the case. But guys, again, my T tonight. Let's see if we can get that win. Windog says this. He was 23-3 all time on Monday night. You're right. Mike Tallman is 23-3 all time on Monday night. That includes away games. And of course, those Houston Texans, they still haven't won that one away game just yet in the playoffs, guys. Still 0-6 in the playoffs. Let's go right here to Armac. At least leave the drama. Hey, do what you need, guys. Do what you got to do. As I said, if it helps things get better, I'm all for it. Hug it out, everybody. Hug it out. Let's see. Let's go right here. Windog says it will be close. Balls will win it. You know what? And Windog, I couldn't agree with you more. I have my prediction I'm going to give at the end of the game, at the end of the day, with our overs and unders, keys to winning, and my prediction. And I do think when I sat down and figured out how I thought the game was going to play out, I do have Boz winning that game. So I'll get to that by the end of the show for you. Right here, Jamal says, I don't even trust Boz. He's been a little off this year. That's a reason for concern for sure. Windog says Steelers give up yards, but their red zone defense is tight. And you know what? The red zone offense for Houston is their Achilles heel. So, again, this is why you can't count the Steelers out. Yes, the number one defense is very impressive. But playing the Cleveland defense a couple weeks ago might have been somewhat of preparation for a game like this, guys. Again, and also the Houston Texans. Say what you want, we have the Browns and the Bengals, but they play a couple games against the Titans and a couple games against the Colts as well. So, guys, you got to kind of put all that into consideration as well when it comes down to when you have the top defense. What kind of offenses did you play throughout the season? I'm going to go right here to Just Learning. He says this: I'm going to have hot wings and watch my Steelers. That's, you know what? It doesn't get any better than that. You know what? If I could say, maybe stop by and get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner, guys. Nothing goes with wings like Duquesne Pilsner. That's right, guys. Brewed right here in Pittsburgh. As it says on the can, grab a Duke, grab a case, and now available in Giant Eagle. So do get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner for the big game tonight. We will be down with Duquesne Pilsner at the Gold Lot 2. Tonight. If you are down at the stadium, swing by and say what's up as we are getting ready for the big game. Stop by, have a beer or two, as the beer will be flowing like the Three Rivers, I read. Swing by tonight, hang out with us. I do want to say Richard is on a big entry today for the football, this autographed football, guys, on the Grab My Balls playoff giveaway right here today. Again, defensive captain Cam Hayward, Steeler great receiver Antonio Brown, Pittsburgh's own Charlie Batch, David DeCastro, Derek Moy, Cortez Allen, and Ross Vitrone on this beautiful football from my personal collection to you for my appreciation. Guys, good luck. I want to say thank you to Richard for your entries, and also good luck to you, sir, as everybody. I want to say good luck to as well. Let's do stick on the board here before we start getting into some numbers, facts, statistics, and things to get ready for tonight, guys. Again, welcome back to the show. Big show. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see everybody back. And I think everybody's excited as I am. I got to be honest with you. I jumped out of bed today. How often do you jump out of bed? I'm humming. I'm singing. I think I've burned through 90% of my year's worth of energy. We will see how that plays out, guys. But the big game again tonight. Let's see. Jamal says facts. Windog says Blake, he never misses. Goof, that was a fluke. Armax says we have a lot of non-Steeler fans rooting for us, mostly Packers fans because of Rodgers. That's true. A lot of people, and I'm seeing just generally, people are saying, "Oh, I like Rodgers. I'd like to see them win." So I think the Steelers have a lot of fans right now. Let's hope that we can carry that over. Tyrone, we do have to run the ball. We got to run the ball. We got to run the ball. Here's the thing: you can't become one-dimensional with a defense like Houston. You can't. You won't win. You got to run. You got to pass. They're quick. I don't know if play action is even realistic, but you got to mix it up. You know what? Throw it. One of those old. What's the one plays they used to run with Chase Claypool all the time that we hated? It's jet sweep. Throw a jet sweep in every now and then. You got to keep these guys on their heels. If this defense plays downhill with you, it's going to be a long day. You got to keep these guys on their heels. You have to impose your will. You got to be able to do those little things that you need to do to win football games in general. It's no different tonight, guys. And again, it is magnified because it's on a whole nother level. This is the NFL playoffs. 9 teams right now. These 9 teams that are left, one of them will be raising the Vince Lombardi Trophy, guys, in just a month. Just a month from now, one of these 9 teams, guys, will be doing so. Let's do stay on the board. Just Learning said Boz's extra point was tipped. It was tipped. Windog says there was a field wind in the direction 2 kickers went wide right. You know what? That wind has been there forever, right, Windog? If you're obviously a Steeler fan, you remember all the way back to the Chris Brown days in the early 2000s, back at the beginning of Heinz Field. A lot of issues for kickers back in the days at Heinz. Joe says, "Oh, please, Riley Leonard came in for the Colts and tore up the Texans." I think, but wasn't that game a little less? I don't know. I can't remember what their situation was, but was it meaningless? Did they need the win? Did Houston? I don't recall. It was just a few days ago. Granted, I don't retain sometime. I apologize. Also, Black Magic Jamal says he misses from 60 plus all the time. Windog says, plus we got our only receiver back. Windog, keep that in mind. It's we got some stragglers. We got Juan Valdez Scantling and the white ends. But everybody got to have all hands on deck today, guys. This is what it's about. Win or bust. Win or go home. There's no tomorrow. If you don't bring it and you leave something out on that field, guys, you're going to be regretting it as the players for the next year. So I'm not ready for the off season yet. I don't know if you guys are. Jamal says Tallman won't even attempt it with him tonight. Following that up by saying can't be the GOAT like we make him. Windog says this. Okay, saying Jamal, you know how rare a 60-yard field goal is? That's very rare, of course. I think what the record is 67, so not too far from that. Windog also says this. Black, he already did. Okay, so Windog is going with Jamal there. Let's see. Windog says he missed 2 all year. Jamal says we'll see. Let me scoot up a little bit here. Still the best kicker. Let's go up here. Tyrone says he's still clutch. He'll be all right. TCOG69, what up, dude? Afternoon to you, brother. Always great seeing you back on the terrible board, my man. Hope you're ready for the big game. I know I am. I know the terrible board is. I know that Western Pennsylvania and Steeler Nation, everybody is ready for this game. Good afternoon to you, sir. See Tater, Richard, my man. Good luck on that for you, sir. The kick was blocked as well as the GOAT. Steel, what's up, Steel Loyal? Glad to see you back on the terrible board on this big day. This is game day. Pittsburgh Steelers host the Houston Texans tonight. Smear the Steer is the theme on the show today. Steel Loyal says, I woke up singing Ready. You know what? Me too. You know what it was? It was the goofy Here We Go song. I was singing that. But I'm going to lie and say I sang Renegade just so I don't seem as uncool. We'll go with that. Also, let's see. Jamal says, here we go. Steelers, here we go. That's right. Steel also says, need the temperature in Pittsburgh to draw. And you ain't shit. It's only going to be about, I think, 20 at the lowest, but it'll be right around 30, I think, early on. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Also, Steel Loyal says, Houston don't like cold weather. Also, Yo Tyrone, I got a video of the missed kick from the the loop from when I was there. That's awesome. You're going to be down at the game tonight, Steel, because we will be. The two Dum Yinzers will be in Gold Lot 2, hanging out with Duquesne Pilsner, also with Pittsburgh Steely and Jay Reckless. Come stop by, have some Duquesne Pilsner with us, man. If you are down at the game, anybody, if for that matter, if you're down in tailgating tonight, swing over to Gold Lot 2. Come see us. I'll have number 10. That's right, baby. Santonio Holmes, Super Bowl MVP. My number 10 jersey is what I'm going to go with tonight for the big game. So look for that number 10 if you are down there. Let's go right here. Steel Loyal says this. He said the crowd went nuts. Tyrone is hyped up, man. TCOG69 says, I'm not going to watch too much for the heart. Fitness Addict 1974. What's up, bro? He says, yo, just dropping by to say hi. The Steelers can prove all the naysayers wrong tonight. I agree. I think we can win this football game. And you know what? The fact that I don't know, the fact that the national media they're not being as hard on us this year. I don't know if they believe that we might win, or I don't know. I think we could win. And I guess it's all that matters right here, guys, in Pittsburgh and Steeler Nation. We believe that we could win, and we're due. Again, win or bust. I really do believe this could be a huge off season if the Steelers don't win this football game tonight. And I mean that in a lot of ways. Again, the draft coming here in April. Coaches around the division moving around. And I did want to say the Ravens were interviewing Kevin Stefanski. We joked about this last week, saying, wouldn't it be something if the Ravens and the Browns would just switch coaches? Well, they are interviewing Stefanski over in Baltimore, and also Cleveland has interest in John Harbaugh. So again, it's going to be a crazy offseason anyway. Anyway, you do slice it. Let's move on. Joe says Colts won 38-30. The Colts had to win to secure the 5th seed. That's what I'm saying. The Colts really played well, didn't they? I don't know. I can't remember the game, but I appreciate that, Joe. Thank you. JPJ to GOAT for sure. Tyrone, let's have a big night tonight. If he shuts down Nico Collins, man, this is where he needs to really step it up. And I'm not saying he didn't last year, but if he wants to get that recognition out there around the league, look at Joey Porter Jr. stepping up and stopping Nico Collins. That goes a long way, guys. All hands on deck tonight. Very, very important. Steel Loyal says, I wish I live in North Carolina. Usually I get the one game a year. Well, you know what? You have some nice weather, so enjoy that. Get yourself some good food and watch the game tonight because, again, we win, we move on, brother. It's no secret. Jamal, and you should be, bro. He says, I'm getting hyped now. And, you know, that's what it's all about, man. Listen, if we lose, we're gonna be talking for the next year what we got to do, the next 6 months, how things are going to improve. Let's pull it together. Maybe the juju, the energy will certainly go a long way for this game for our Steelers tonight. Yinzer Joe says not Colts, Tex. Okay, gotcha, bro. You're good. I see what you're saying. Jamal, that was Cordell Stewart. You're right. But it's Santonio Holmes. I swear to you. I swear. But listen, I like Cordell as well, but I wouldn't buy his jersey. Santonio Holmes will be the jersey. You will see me tonight down at the parking lot, guys, tailgating again. Gold Lot 6 with Duquesne Pilsner, Pittsburgh Steely, and Jay Reckless tonight. Hope to see you there. Richard says it's going to feel a whole lot colder tonight for Houston when they lose. I hope you're right, man. Tyrone says DK got to eat. Muth, right here. Let me see. Tyrone says DK got to eat. Muth, Gainwell, Warren Gainwell, Adam T, I think can be sleeper. My fault on that, dude. That was totally me. Miss Pittsburgh says, here we go. That's right. Somber, what's up? The big Psalm dog. Somber Pickens in the house. Somber Pickens. Tyrone, that sounds like DK is a cannibal. That's what threw me off at first, but you know what? I totally get what he's saying, and I totally love it. Miss Pittsburgh, black and yellow, black and yellow. That's right, baby, all day. TC says this, if it's cold, no receiver wants to be hit, especially if you're not from the north. Especially if you're, these guys are millionaires. Think about it. They are human. Sometimes, getting out there and putting your body on the line against guys that want to kill you isn't the easiest mood to get into. So, again, let's hope this weather can play some advantage for the Steelers tonight. Steel Loyal says TJ needs to get the first sack in a playoff game. You're damn right. Damn right. Otherwise, he's not. Is he worth it? Again, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. We'll get into that in the future. Miss Pittsburgh says, here we go. Steelers, here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. A lot of things, a lot of numbers to get into and stuff today, guys. This is what the first quarter scores were for the Steelers in their last 6 playoff games. This is what needs to change, and it needs to change tonight. Against Baltimore last year, they were down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Against Buffalo 2 years ago, they were down 14-0 in the first quarter. It was 0-0 in that KC loss a few years back. Cleveland was up 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. The year before that, Jacksonville was up 14-0 in the first quarter. And the AFC Championship game that we was in against the Patriots 10 years ago, we were down 10-0 at the end of that first quarter. That 100%, 1,000,000% either has to change or you can't let up a whole shitload of points in the first quarter. Those, come on, can we learn anything from the past, right? You can't continue to go on this. Guys, this is, they were outscored 73-0 in those particular quarters with those numbers I just said. In the last 6 playoff losses, we were outscored 73-0 in the first quarter. Slow starts are not acceptable tonight. It's somewhat acceptable, again, if you could keep Houston from getting points of their own. Keep it low, keep it ugly, keep it close. Those are the kind of games that the Steelers do stand a chance, and they win a lot of those particular kind of games. Keep it low, keep it close, keep it ugly tonight in Pittsburgh. And finally, these were the final counts on those particular games that I just gave you what the first quarter were. These were the deficits. These were the deficits, the biggest deficits the deficits in those games. 21-0, 28-0, 35-7, 21-0, and 21-0. Unacceptable on any. These are the worst, some of the worst numbers ever. It's not that these are just bad. These are historically bad. These are bad on the. Come on, it's got to change tonight. It got to. Otherwise, again, this is going to be a very, very interesting off season, guys. Steelers have allowed 170 points in the fourth quarter this year. 174 points in the fourth quarter, most by a playoff team in NFL history. Things got to change tonight. All hands on deck. Jekyll Hyde, click the switch, get to the team that does the plays the good football. Because that's what you got to do tonight. So much to get into, everybody. The Pittsburgh Steelers, this is their 15th playoff game at Acrisure Stadium. All time, we are 8-6 in those 15 games. What else do we got? What else do we got? I don't know. I don't know what we got. And here's one for you. Houston, number 2 in the NFL with ball security. So again, keeping it ugly, TJ getting maybe a splash strip sack, something like this. Houston is number 2 in ball security and number 3 in takeaways. So again, this isn't a bad team. A lot of people, getting really excitable, which I throw myself into that category. But Houston ain't going to come into. They're not going to come into the game and roll over. They're not. They're not. We got to go out and do the things that we have to do to win this football game. And again, all hands on deck. And you know who one of the bigger people you need all hands on deck? The crowd. That crowd could be such an advantage for the Steelers tonight. If you were going to the game, go out of your mind. Get crazy. Be like you haven't done since you were in the high school. You got to go out and perform just as good as the football team does. If you want to win this football game, that crowd noise, if you don't have that to your advantage, what good is home field advantage, guys? The crowd has got to be out of their mind. Don't let the offense here. Get on the defense. Get the energy going. Guys, the crowd just as important in this football game, in my opinion, for tonight. If the Steelers are going to win, the crowd has to be in it. Screw the fires for now. Screw the renegade. That's got to go tonight. It doesn't apply. You got to be just as involved in this game as everybody else. If the Steelers are going to win, guys, get loud, get proud, get in that stadium and do your thing. If you want this Pittsburgh Steelers team to continue on and face the New England Patriots next week, I think which could be a great showdown, as the Steelers did win 21-14 earlier in the season. I think we needed all of 4 or 5 turnovers to do that. But at the end of the day, if we do have that win against them, that's where we'll be going if we do win tonight, guys. So let me get back on the board here. I don't want to miss anybody. Again, 15 minutes left. 15 minutes left to get in on the drawing. That's right. Grab My Ball right here. The Grab My Balls playoff giveaway. This beautiful, beautiful autographed football from my personal collection. Guys, Cam Hayward, Antonio Brown, Charlie Batch, David DeCastro, Cortez Allen, Derek Moy, Ross Patrone, all right here on this football. Just $1. Hit that dollar sign down below. And $1 is the entry, guys. And you can enter as many times as you want. We'll be drawing today to see who catches this football. Will be thrown it to somebody. It will no longer be here. It'll be back tomorrow for the Victory Tuesday or whatever. This is the last time we will see this ball, as I'll be passing it off to whoever wins it today, guys. So if you do need to jump in and get any last entries, do so. We have roughly about 15 minutes on that. So let me jump on the board and continue to see what is going on right here. Right here. All right. Tyrone says, yeah, TJ Watt, baby. He's got to bring it. Listen, you're giving this guy quarterback money. He's getting the same kind of money as Joe Burrow and, guys that make the most money. You got to get the results tonight. You got to. Otherwise, maybe he just isn't worth it. A guy under center every single play, making plays against a guy that disappears in the playoffs on defense, he's got to make the plays tonight. Got to. Otherwise, why? I don't want to say why keep him around, but I'm just saying. Just saying. Other teams pay a lot of money for guys that do a lot more through the course of a game. He's our quarterback as far as money goes. So, again, you have to get the results from him. You have to. There's no two ways about it. There's no, he had this. He's got triple blocked. He got 5 blocked by 5. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is we pay him to make big plays in big games and help us win. So, TJ, in my opinion, I got my eye on him. Tonight, I got my eye on TJ. End of days. What's up, dude? Always great seeing the end of days. He says this, if the Steelers can score first, it'll be a good start. Absolutely. If they can score anything in the first quarter, it's a plus. The Steelers. Tyrone saying JPJ and Watt. End of days is saying 31-21. 21-31 on his final count. Mine's not too far from that. I'll get to that here shortly. Jolly, what's up, Jolly Mon? He says, how's it going? Great to see you on the terrible board. Jolly, as always. TC says, I think the game is going to be low scoring, and I think that plays to our favor. I think that plays to our favor because, again, they have the number 1 defense, so they're more than likely going to keep us low scoring. So it's our duty to keep them low scoring as well. Again, low scoring, close, ugly, I think is the best chance the Pittsburgh Steelers have to win football games. It just always is. Certainly under the current coaching staff. How many wins, if you went back and looked and seen how many games of those were close, low scoring, and ugly? We win a lot of those. So I think that we can continue that. We might be in good shape. Jamal says this. Just hope my team doesn't give up. It's fight. Going to be a fight. Hope my team doesn't give up. It's going to be a fight, dog. I agree. A dog fight. I apologize. So much going on today, guys. I might be tripping over my words every now and then, but I do apologize to you. I'll try to get it right. I swear to you. Don't drink that. What's up, Corey, my man, on the terrible board? Corey Beaver says this. I'm not worried about tonight for some reason. I got a good feeling. You noticed the Super Bowl logo. Cali Kid Rogers playing against his childhood favorite team in the Super Bowl and beating them, maybe? It's you know what? For the conspiracy minded as I am, like you, Corey, I dig. I dig. Steel Loyal says touchdown on our first drive would set the tone unbelievably. If the Steelers could have a long, sustaining drive on the first drive of the game and poke it in, and that crowd is in the game like that early, it's huge. 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 Again, this team hasn't scored a first quarter point in almost 10 years, guys. So do what you want with that. Tyrone says, yeah, first quarter can. We can come out and play for once. And today says odds are favoring the Texans by 3. That's all right. We'll take the underdog roll. We will take that underdog roll. Tater Tot, he's over there with his nonsense. Jamal says, I feel like Tomlin looks at football like chess. You got to. And this is one of my keys for the wins tonight, guys. When I'm going to get to my keys to victory, we're going to have to outcoach these guys. Do what you want with that. But you're gonna have to, if it's gonna be close, it's gonna be low scoring, it's gonna be ugly, you better be ready to outcoach the other team. It's a lot going into this for sure. Just Learning says, who's Rogers' favorite team? Also, Jamal says, yeah, we're the underdogs, but that's how we like it for sure. Pittsburgh teams just are never good as the favorites. Never. Steelers, Panthers, none of them. If you're the favorite, just chalk it up as a loss, it seems like. Tyrone says, I like being underdogs in our crib. Absolutely, man. Jamal says, hope Peyton balls out. Let's see. Tater says this. Cheer loudly tonight, Pittsburghers. You have to keep Grandpa awake. Also, Steel Loyal says, oh, it's going to be loud. It was insane last week. I've been to Clemson college games, and it was on par with that. To say close to college games is pretty amazing, guys, because college fans are very, very loud. Just Learning says, I'm cheering for you'll be cheering for New Mexico. Awesome. Hey, Steeler Nation is everywhere, baby. You know that. Tyrone says we can win this game, and I like Pat's next round too. I think we match up a little better with them than Buffalo. Say what you want. Buffalo hasn't had the greatest season. They finished below New England. But at the end of the day, the Steelers just don't match up well with against Josh Allen. We just don't. For whatever reason, we just don't. Yinzer Joe says this: the weather and environment have to play a part in this game tonight for us. Steelers got to rise up and shot. Absolutely. Why? That's what home field advantage is. Everybody, 60,000 people, everybody got to step it up tonight. Tyrone says JPJ will hold Collins under 60 yards. That would be fantastic, and no touchdowns would be great too. If you keep them under 60 with no scores, this team has a chance. Somber says Tater Tard's still here. Might as well buy a jersey. That's what I'd said. I think Tater Todd is really. I do. I don't know who he is, but I think that he is a Steeler fan at heart. Let's see. Watt Power, Mark Malone. What's up, dude? Always great to see Mark Malone on the terrible board. My man, Mark Malone says Watt Power. Jamal says, man, I'm nervous now. We don't need TJ to have a turnover to be. We don't. But boy, it should be nice for the money we pay the guy. I'm just saying. Tonight it's win or bust. It's win or bust, man. And in my opinion, he's just as much. In my opinion, I will be just as upset with him as I will be with the coach. Just as much as I am with whoever cost the game if they don't go out and get it done. He gets paid quarterback money. I don't think one play. Come on, TJ, step it up, dude. Jamal says we have to stop the run. Absolutely. Tater says this. Chubb rushes for 100. Yinzer Joe says weren't we underdogs with the Ravens? We were. Doesn't matter. We winning. Jolly says this. Score more. That's the key. Absolutely. Got to score. And then also end of day says, yeah, the Steelers are underdogs at home for the second week in a row. We like it. Once people start really, really saying that we got it is when we tend to drop the ball. So Um, 5 minutes left, guys. If you have any late entries for the autographed football right behind me, again, grab my balls playoff giveaway today. We're going to be giving this ball away today right here on the show. So Mike has actually got all the names. When I walked by him this morning, I thought it was a kid. When you walk by a kid in kindergarten, he's cutting and he's taking all the names and putting them on paper and cutting them and everything else. So the effort is certainly there, guys. We'll be drawing the winner for this ball here today within the next hour. Maybe a little bit over, but we'll see. Tortilla says we're going to lose by -3. Also, this chubbing on nothing. Tater. Tater. What's Tater know? What does Tater know, guys? Let me see what else we do got going on here. Be nice if I scratched a few of the things off that we didn't. That way I know where I'm at, but I'm insane, so I'm going to do it the hard way, just like everything else in my life. Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward made the All-Pro team, guys. My issue with this is this. Has he played out of his mind? Yes. Has he played out of his mind last year? Yes. But every time I turn on the TV and I watch a game, and you look at the bottom of the screen and it says Cam Hayward, defensive lineman, and it says #1 defensive tackle. How is he the second team All-Pro? I'm just saying. He did make the All-Pro team the All-Pro team as a second teamer, but yet they go on and on and on, especially again at the bottom of the screen. It literally says #1 of, whatever it is, 65 or whatnot. But Cam Hayward, guys, second team All-Pro. This is his 6th selection to the All-Pro game. And also Joey Porter Jr. Getting his first All-Pro selection as well. So good for them. They need to step it up tonight on defense to keep this game in the ballpark. You keep it in the ballpark, I think the Steelers stand a chance. There's some more things I did want to talk about that Cam situation and just some comments were said about him by media in the city here, but we're going to get to that later in the week. We got too much to get into today. We got so much to get excited about, so much information to get out, and I'm just not digging. I'm not digging fighting with the media today, so we're not going to do it. But I just want to say there's some really dopey things that were being said along the lines of, okay, for one. I'm just dipping my toe in just to give you a heads up. He has the incentives, right? One was the team gets in the playoffs. Remember the big incentive situation before the season started off? One was if you make the playoffs. 2 was if you get, 8.5 sacks on the season. Well, he fell short in the sacks. I think he has like 5 or 5.5. And one of the local media people says, I'll just give him the money. That's a problem. You want to bring good players in. You want to bring young players in. You want to improve your team. You can't just give people away money when they don't make their incentives. That's the point of the incentive. Get to this point, we'll pay you more. Somebody in the city is saying, just give the money, which is crazy. Don't just give. No, you gotta improve. You gotta perform to get the incentives. Crazy talk, in my opinion. We'll get to that and so much more as the week goes on, guys, as we will be hopefully getting ready for New England. After the game tonight, of course, 2025 AFC Wildcard matchup tonight on the North Shore between the 10-7 Pittsburgh Steelers and the 12-5 Houston Texans. The Texans come to town for this game tonight. 8:15 is the start tonight on the North Shore. Hope to see everybody down there. Again, if you are down at the stadium tonight, do swing over to Gold Lot 2. Come hang out with the 2 Dum Yinzers, Duquesne Pilsner, Pittsburgh Steely, and Jay Reckless tonight in Gold Lot 2. Hope to see you down there. The Duquesne Pilsner will be flowing like the 3 rivers, is what I heard. So, guys, get down. That can't not be fun, right? So much to get into here. Let's see what else we got. A lot of things to get into. And then I'm going to get back on the board for a little bit, and then we are going to draw a winner. And I am no longer going to have my balls. That's right. Somebody's going to grab my balls today and take them away forever. And I'm okay with that, guys, because, again, it's in the name of our black and gold baby, and that's what we do. We do what we do. That's what we do. When we do what we do, and we're going to do it right here today. That's right. Let's see what else we do got. There was an unexpected injury that did pop up Friday. I don't know if anybody read this. Jonnu Smith did have a glute. He had a glute injury on Friday that popped up out of nowhere. More than likely at practice. But, guys, from what I'm understanding, we're generally healthy. And I think Jonnu Smith is going to be okay. But he did pop up with a glute injury. In case you're keeping track, that is your ass. So he has an ass injury. That's right. Jonnu Smith ass injury is a Friday. Hopefully that doesn't affect his game, and he can step up as well this weekend and make some big plays. Let's continue on. The Steelers playing, and I like this one. And I do want to say thank you to Somber. Somber, another entry in. Again, we're down to about a couple minutes. If you have any last entries, do get it in. The dollar sign down below, $1. $1 will get you entered. Enter as many times as you want for this game ball. This autograph football behind me. We'll be drawing that in the next hour, guys. So do get on that. I do want to say thank you to Somber and good luck to you as well, sir. But this is what was being said about, we're talking a little bit ago about Joey Porter. You got to clamp down. You got to clamp down Nico Collins. You know what? It is talked about, guys, in the locker room. The secondary is planning on playing bully ball. They said they are ready. They are ready for Collins and company. They're going to be hitting. They're going to be sticking. And when it's cold, guys, as was mentioned also on the Terrible Bird earlier, it hurts a little bit more and stings when you get hit in the cold, guys. So, again, the defense coming out with this mindset, it's going to be bully ball. We're going to beat these guys up. We're going to hit them hard. And, again, they need to play the best game that they played all year, in my opinion. Let's jump back on the board here for a little bit. I don't want to miss anybody on this game day. I don't want to do it. And you know what, Tater Tot, you ain't gonna stop me, all right? Let's go on. I'm gonna find where we go right here. All right. I'm in the ballpark. Just be a moment to find exactly where we be. Steel says this. Steel Loyal says this. We could win on a safety. LOL. Steelers win 2-0. Boy, would that be something. And again, it wouldn't surprise you with as crazy as the NFL has been lately, huh? What a crazy league this has turned into. Again, every game all the way up until last night was decided by 3 points or 4 points or less. In this, guys, it came down to the last drive in every game. I don't know what's going on in the NFL, but 2-0. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me, right? As the Chargers gets held to only 6 points in their game last night. So anything could happen. I do want to say, Somber, my man, and on a couple more entries, I do want to say good luck to you as well. Thank you, sir, on that. We'll be doing this here within the hour. This football, I'll be throwing it to somebody on the Terrible Board in celebration of the playoffs, guys. Let's go right here. Cody, my man, what's up? I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't have been ready for the game tonight if I would have seen Cody. Big dog Cody, right back here on the Terrible Board. He says this. Rare steaks and cold beer are my go-to. They're ready to go. Cody, I hope we get it tonight, brother, for you. Tyrone says Cam was robbed. JPJ robbed. Yeah. I don't understand. 1 week, everybody on your national television, right there at the bottom, Cam Hayward, 1 of 63 defensive tackle. Yet he was the second team. Again, we'll get into that later. Somber GP crashing out about making second team all pros hilarious. That's right. That is hilarious. As he sits on the couch, right? Even better. Somber says, I'm sorry, Steel Loyal says Cam just wants a ring so he can retire. And you know what? That's all we want too. I want a ring and I want him to retire. That would work out for everybody. And today's Yinzer, what's your final prediction? All right, guys, I'm going to do it. I was going to wait till the end, but my prediction is this. It's going to be a 3-point win for the Steelers, and it's going to be 27-24. I think that it's going to, it feels like it should be lower scoring than that both ways. But yeah, you've seen the way things happen in these playoffs and again in the NFL lately. And, 27-24, we win by 3 points tonight. That is my prediction. Throw some of your predictions up on the board as well. RMax says Somber 100%. DP over GP. One of them's in the playoffs. One's on the couch. Somber, Tyrone, did you enter for the ball? Also, Tyrone will intercept the ball. Let's go to Somber. That's for T-Bone. Cody, let's go. RMax saying on the Terrible Board. And also Tyrone says, oh, shit, Gloops Bro, I got to figure out how to get my super chat shit set up. All good, guys. And if you need to throw in the last entry, go ahead and do that. We will let that slide. But just if they do come trickling in, we'll take them. But we will be calling for the winner, guys, as this hour does proceed. And we get ready in just another hour closer to the AFC Wildcard matchup between the Steelers and the Houston Texans tonight at 8:15. Monday Night Football on the North Shore. Smear the Steer. Smear the Steer, guys, is my It's been my theme of the week, and I'm going to roll with it. Also, again, guys, no matter what happens tonight, we will be back tomorrow and for the rest of the year. Come back to give us shit if we lost. Come back and celebrate if we win tomorrow, and we'll be getting into everything either way. So moving forward, whatever happens, we hope to continue to see everybody. And also, again, Gold Lot 2 tonight. If you are down at the game, swing by. We will be down there. Have a beer with the two Dum Yinzers tonight at Gold Lot 2 tonight with Duquesne Pilsner. Swing by, guys. Oh, what else do we got? What else do we got here? You know what I'm going to do? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Give me a second just to figure out what I'm going to do. Again, no moral victories tonight. There's none. There's no moral victory we can take away from this. There's nothing that could happen where we say, well, you know what? This happened, so I'm cool with the way it played. That's not acceptable anymore. This will be 10 years, guys. 20. It'll be. Listen, this is 26. It was 16 since we won a playoff game. There's no excuses. In my opinion, I say heads have to roll if we don't win this game. Call me crazy. Agree with me. Whatever the case is, it's become unacceptable. Again, this is the longest time the Steelers have went without winning a playoff game in the Super Bowl era. This period of time that we're in right now, guys, this has to change tonight. If it doesn't, things have to change. Otherwise, people get mad. They'll say, well, you know what? I don't want to get rid of this guy. Well, it's not working. That's the problem. That's the problem. What makes $1 gazillion? Well, guess what? We can't win a playoff game. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. Well, we can't win a playoff game. Whatever we got to win. In my opinion, our heads have to roll. They have to roll, or it's just going to continue. And I have a decade to prove that behind my argument. So, again, big win tonight, guys. This game is bigger than most people even know, certainly on the national level. But here, as in Steeler Nation, we know how big this football game is as we get ready to head into this wild card matchup tonight with the Texans. Let me get back on the board here, and then I'm going to get into what else I got. I got overs and unders, keys to the game, and also I'm going to draw to see who wins this football right here behind me in the Grab My Balls playoff giveaway here today live on the show. Again, episode 887. Just a couple more weeks of episode 8. We'll be into episode 9 in February, and then we'll be heading toward that big episode 1000 sometime midsummer, guys. And I appreciate everybody for being here for the ride. We appreciate everybody who's played such a big part of us even getting this far. So again, thank you so much, and I hope you stick around because we're gonna have a lot of fun this year. Got lots of things planned for this upcoming season, this upcoming off season. But let's get the Steeler win. Let's get a Steelers Super Bowl first, guys. Tortilla says this: Houston's kicker will miss the final kick, and it will be the first team to win off back-to-back missed kicks to keep the season alive. Would that be something? Wow. Didn't even look at it that way, Tortilla. That's a really good statistic. And I do want to say welcome to the great Tortilla Jackson on the terrible board, my man, all the way from out in Sacramento area. Yinzer Joe says 20-17. The Texans win games, putting up more than. You're right. I don't remember exactly what it was, but if every game they lost, they scored 19 or less, except one game. So you keep the Texans under 20 points, you have a shot. But very, very good statistic as well, Yinzer Joe. I did see that, and it's crazy. Tyrone says, that third from Dallas is going to be nice. Also, I'm sorry, Corey says this: 30-24 on the board. Don't drink that. 30-24. We're going to look better than anyone expected in the playoffs. Roger is going to have a Brady finish in his first year with his new contender. Also, don't forget that when you do see Tater on the board, just remind Tater, Aaron Rodgers, one season in the AFC North, one division win. The Cleveland Browns in the division North forever. They haven't won it since 1987. Remind your Browns fans that as they call your quarterback grandpa and make fun of you and tell your team ain't going to win, because, again, you should never be made fun of by a Browns fan. But keep that in mind. Aaron Rodgers here, 1 year. He wins the AFC North, guys, in the Browns. It's been since 1987 since they won the division. So don't let it push you around, guys. There's no reason on this planet that a Browns fan should ever be talking down to a Steeler fan, from the couch, no less. Another thing is, look at it this way. They were supposed to, in the division, nobody finished over 500. We were supposed to be last or second to last. Nobody finished over 500 except for us. Nobody's head coach was fired, or two teams' coaches were fired, not ours. Lamar Jackson chokes again, not our quarterback. Joe Burrow doesn't even want to be in Cincinnati, not our quarterback. But again, we was supposed to be the team with the bad down season. Here we are getting ready for a playoff game at home tonight on Monday Night Football. So don't let them fools tell you. Don't let them tell you. They don't know what they're talking about. It's hate, it's jealousy, it's envy. Guys, tell them what it's all about when they try to talk shit. Every team in the division finished under 500. People say, well, maybe that's F that. They're under 500. We're not. We won it. They didn't. Let me move on. Miss Pittsburgh says this. My prediction is 27-23. Tyrone 26-23. And today says the Steelers will win. They have a better running game. Also, Tortilla says if we lose, trade Mike Tomlin to North Korea for a Korean baddie. A Korean baddie. Hell yeah. I'll take a Korean baddie. Tortilla says my Wi-Fi finally worked. And my man, always great having Tortilla on board. Mike from behind the veil says Tortilla hooked up with the McDonald's Wi-Fi. Hey, you know what? I'm not too good for that. You would see me running to McDonald's also for some Wi-Fi, my friend, as well. Let's stay on the board here. I think we did catch up. I don't know where I missed it, but I did miss, of course, Aaron Jade. He's here to say, here we go. Let's fucking go. Here we go. Steelers, baby. I love his message. I always love seeing it on the Turbo board. I don't know why it's on one of my boards, but not the other. But welcome, Aaron. Great to have you here on this game day. Playoffs. This is what we waited for. 1 year, 1 day ago, we played our last playoff game and we lost 28-14. The division rival Baltimore. Guys, we're back. We're going to, in my opinion, I think we win this one, but they still have to play the game. A lot of things have to happen between now and then. Return of the Big Mac. Tortilla is saying, guys, everybody, here it is. It's here. Steelers winning 4 of their last 5 to make it to the playoffs. Houston winning 9 in a row. If anybody is due for a loss, it's somebody that won 9 games in a row. I'm just saying. They did win 9 in a row. They were 12-5. They started the season 3-5. And they rounded off 9 straight wins to finish 12-5 overall. It's here. I can't believe it's here. Again, woke up, jumped out of bed, singing. The birds just sound better today. I'm loving it. Tonight, guys. Tonight's the night. This is what we waited for. Somber says we need a new reality TV show inside the mind of Tortilla 24/7, like the Truman Show, but Tortilla. Somber, I like this. I like this idea a lot. Richard says this. Steelers 10, Houston 6. Man, would that be something? Not out of the question. It's not out of the question either, guys. These are my keys. These are my keys right here to winning this football game. Got to protect Aaron Rodgers. Between Anderson and Hunter, these guys can rush a quarterback. It's like a bull rush, no pun intended. You got to keep him off his back. Dylan Cook. Fatanu, your tackles, your guards, your center, Frazier, you got to play out of your mind. Again, this is an all hands on deck day. Everybody, offensive line, skill players, coaches, ball boy, water boys, the fans, the ticket guy, the parking lot guy. Everybody got to be on their game today. All hands on deck if we want to win tonight. Let me see. All right, protect Aaron Rodgers. That is number 1. If you want to have any kind of chance, you got to protect that guy. Again, he's older. He has a broken bone in his hand. You want to keep things to where you don't put yourself behind the 8 ball. Keep him off the ground. Number 2, for my keys to winning the game, every play, just as if you're watching a Ravens-Steeler game, has to be important. Every play has to be important. If it's not, and you're throwing plays away and you're not matching tit for tat, if you will, with this team in his chess match, as was mentioned on the board earlier, You're going to put yourself behind every play, just like a Ravens game. Has to be as important as the next and as important as the last, guys, in order to win this football game. The second part to this, we have to outcoach them. Mike Tomlin has to outcoach D'Amico Ryans. He has to. He has to. They're not going to come out here and outcoach us, and we're gonna beat them. We have to outcoach them as well, and this is top to bottom. This isn't just Coach T. This is Arthur Smith, and Austin, and Danny Smith, and everybody, the whole way across the board. We have to outcoach the Houston Texans, guys. They're young, they're smart, they got skill players. You got to be able to outcoach this team, and we got a guy that's been here for 20 years. Let's see if he can put it together tonight, guys. Number 3, hit that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde switch. I don't know what causes the team to play like a better team one day, and then a team that looks like they never played football the next week. I don't know what that is. I've never seen it this extreme in my life on any level, to be honest with you. But they have to hit that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde switch early and decide this is going to be a game that they're going to go out and try to win it and play good football. Got to hit that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde switch, guys, early. And number 4, crowd noise, crowd noise, crowd noise. I think that the crowd is just as important as the football team tonight. If you aren't in there being loud, give your ticket to somebody else. No offense, but please, this is where the advantage comes in. We have to have the crowd tonight. It has to be a part of this game. The Steeler Nation, you see the videos. You hear them talk about us. Get in there, make the noise. Be as loud as you can, louder than you've ever been, because this is what they talk about when they talk about home field advantage. This is what they talk about when they talk about Steeler fans. This is what they talk about. Steeler Nation, you got to be loud. Start in the parking lot. We'll meet you out there. We'll meet you at Gold Lot 2, and we'll have beers with you. But when you go inside that stadium, you go in that building, you better be as loud as you've ever been, because this is going to help your football team win tonight. It might not be great. Let's say, come on, crowd noise again, Somber. You're right. Crowd noise is huge. Do you think if you went to Indianapolis, that crowd would show you any mercy? Do you think if you went to Seattle, your team, you think that's 12th man would show you any mercy? Guys, this is what you've been waiting for. You want your team, do your part. Get into that building and do your part, guys. I think that's only fair. If they owe you, you owe them. We all owe each other. It's Steeler Nation, and there's no day that's better and more important for this to all be come to fruition than today, Monday Night Football, as the Texans come to Pittsburgh to take on our Steelers, guys. 8:15 tonight in this wild card matchup. For the winner goes to Foxborough next week, guys, to bring to 8 teams after tonight. This time tomorrow, there will be 8 teams that have a possibility to hoist up that Vince Lombardi trophy. And I got to be honest with you, I think at this point, from what I'm seeing, and as crazy as this league's been, and nobody's really dominant, I think every of these 9 teams still have a chance to hoist it as well, guys. So again, get this win, and you're still in. That's it's what it's about. There's no secret. There's no round robin secret. You don't. You win, you move on. You lose, you go home, guys. So big win, crowd. You got to bring it. Got to bring it. Got to bring it. Let's see some more on the board here. I'm going to go right here to where. All right, Tortilla, not even I know what I'm thinking. Tyrone says, this me, Tortilla. Go at it sometimes. I love you, though. Aaron J., my man, he says, the entire stadium needs to be out of control. Think of it this way. The world's stupid anymore, ain't it? All this bullshit that's going on everywhere. Everybody's at each other's throat. This is a place we could go to bring it together. Tonight, Steeler Nation. Together for the bigger cause. Be loud. Be loud, louder than the guy next to you. Instead of insulting him and giving him, be louder than him. Get one over him in that way. It's going to be beneficial, guys. And again, we're all here for the same reason. So give them hell. Get into that building and give them hell. That's my advice. Let me finish Aaron's comment. I'm sorry. The entire stadium needs to be out of control, completely insane. Let these players know how much it means to be a Steeler. You're right. You hear about it all the time. Let's show them. Let's show them. Let's show them what it's like to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh in the playoffs. Let's show them, because it's not losing every year. It's not getting blown out every year. I mean, that's been a recent trend, but that's not the Steelers. You got to, you come to Pittsburgh in the cold. You got to bring it, crowd. You got to bring it. Tortilla says, I need to argue with Tyrone at least once a week to stop the spirit. It's all good, man. Keep the spirits happy is what he's saying. Tyrone also says, facts. I think we need for both of us. R Max says Tyrone gets Tortilla heated and it's all right, man. We're human. Come on. It's all good. Just remember, we're on the same squad, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't always get along with everybody on your team. Not all the time. Come on, that's not even realistic. Ormax says this, my only argument with Tyrone have been about YB. I'm not sure. Richard says the coaching needs to be at Lions game level. The coaching needs to be there. You can't go out and lay an egg coaching. I want to see coaches excited. Maybe Coach T running up down the sideline like he was last game against the Ravens. Again, is it required to be energetic? No. But being energetic is certainly contagious. If you see coach running around on the sideline yelling and smiling and giving guys, and just it's contagious. Why wouldn't you want to spread that energy? Again, you got to take every advantage you can. It's the playoffs. Tyrone, where is Lindsay? I don't know. She's probably working. Who knows? But we do want to say we miss Lindsay heading into this big game. End of the day says the Steelers offense will have a great game. And I hope you're right, bro. If you were right, again, the Steelers having a great game offensively it certainly gives us an opportunity to win, especially against the number one defense. That's why I keep bringing that point up. Tyrone says this. He says the offense has to show up. They sure do. And today says the running backs will have over 100 yards. We're going to get to the over and under, guys, which is very interesting that you say that about running backs having over 100 because, again, this is the number one defense. So very interested to see what you talk more about that, of course. Miss Pittsburgh says we got to break the sound barrier. You ain't kidding. Miss Pittsburgh, there's a game ball comment right there. We have to break the sound barrier. Be louder than you've ever been. Why not? Come on. Let's work together for once, people. It's working against each other is getting us nothing. What we could do if we all stuck together, man, we could be great. Tortilla, the world makes Arthur Smith look like a genius. Tyrone says Smith better step the fuck up. Also saying I don't want to see screen, check down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde effect, whatever it is. They got to click that switch. They got to. You can't come into this game in the shit the bed mode. You just can't, because if you get behind a team that has the number one defense early, you're in a lot of trouble, guys. Number one defense, you get behind early, like we have here in the past 10 years. Number one defense is not a good situation to be in, being down early to a number one defense. It just isn't. Go right here. Jamal says Johnny better step the fuck up and A-Rod better connect with him if he's wide open. Absolutely. Everybody got to step up. Jonnu Smith, they reported a butt injury on Friday from Jonnu, but it appears that he seems to be healthy enough to play as we do come into this game with a pretty clean slate injury-wise. So again, there's no reason to not have all hands on deck. Tortilla says, you think what if we were smart, we would. I don't think we should be too cute, but if you throw in something random as far as a trick play and you could get a nice gain, 30 yards or something, that certainly keeps momentum moving in the right direction for you, and it keeps them on their heels. Oh shit, we can't just come downhill now. They're smart enough, they're good enough to run a trick play that's successful. Joe, there isn't any reason beside the coaches not being prepared for the Texans to win this game. If the Steelers lose, I say heads need to turn and some fire. I do too. There's no moral victory in this particular game. In my opinion, it's been 10 years since we won a playoff game. We've been getting blown out in the ones that we were in. This is again, no moral victories, guys. It's either going to be really good or really bad. tonight around 11:30. So, follow. I can take now. Let's see. Okay, I did get that. Let me scoot up here a little bit. Somber says they'll have to attack down the field at some point. Absolutely, you got to even if you're just trying to get pass interferences, even if you have to get that ball downfield, you got to clear that box out. You can't let them jam the box. You can't let them bring their safeties down. You can't, again, they come hard. This has to be a good coached game. It truly does. To beat the number one defense, you have to you have to coach your asses off and play your asses off and cheer your asses off if you're in the crowd. Go right here. I'm going to finish up his comment. He says Texans are quick to the ball, the dump. They're quick. Again, we seen the Browns a couple weeks ago. We laugh because they're laughable, but their defense is very good and something that hopefully we learn from. Steeler Freak says Ryan on that flower child weed. Hey, I don't care what it is, right? Let's see. Somber says this DK will be doubled. Someone else needs absolutely. If you think that their defense ain't going to be ready, you got another thing coming. You're not the number one defense by not being ready. We got to coach. We got again. Outplay them, outcoach them, outcheer them. Everything we do, all hands on deck. For tomorrow's a totally different show, right here. Unfortunately, but I think we win. I do. I think this is gonna be Victory Tuesday tomorrow. I'm excited for tomorrow. Let's get up here a little bit more on the board, and we are going to get to the overs and unders. And I have to give this football behind me away today, guys. So one of you on the terrible board, maybe even somebody at home, whoever, everybody that did enter, guys, this football is going to be passed to you today, here within the next half hour. So, guys, let's get caught up on the board. I don't want to get too far behind. I'm going to start right here. Armax says this, Muth and Calvin Austin III. They all got to catch it. And when they're called upon, they have to catch it too. MVS can't be alligator arming. Adam Thielen can't be getting the dropsies. They have to come to play tonight. Has to click that switch, guys. You have to click that switch. Jamal says taking a break to talk some trash. My man. He also says we need this win for the GOAT, Mike T. I agree. Mike T needs this win more than anybody. Yeah, come on. Tyrone says I want to see Warren get fed. Throw DK. Jamal. Tyrone also says it's been a long time with playoff win. I want to end the streak. You know what? They can continue their streak, and if they continue their streak tonight of 9 games into 10, we continue our streak into 10 seasons. So, again, this is no moral victories in this game whatsoever. We have the draft coming here in April. We're going to make important decisions this offseason. We just are. Players are going to move. Players are going to be added. Players are going to be subtracted. Money is going to be paid. I'm going to go to Jamal right here. My man, he says, oh, no. No one throws the run game out the box like A-Rod. He'll launch that. You know what? He's got to. He's got to. Vegas, what's up, dude? Always great seeing Vegas. He says, what's good, terrible board? My man, always great seeing Vegas from Vegas. Welcome. TCOG69, my man from Quiptown says this, how the Colts put up 30 on Houston with the Royals. That's what I'm saying. And I also do want to say this, good luck and thank you to Tortilla. Tortilla gets in with a five entries today. He says, Tater Mom's so fat, they're building a new stadium just for her. Good luck, Tortilla. Thank you. And that was certainly a game ball comment as well today on the terrible board. Let's see right here. Jamal says, let's end the streak. The streaks must end. They must end tonight. Tortilla says, if it's a one-score game or even tied by the end of the first quarter, I say that's a moral victory. Still got to close the game out with W. But if we keep the game at least close, I say that's a win. But what's that translate into at the end of the game? You know, so let's say you lose by 3 points. You still lost another playoff game. You know what I mean? So I tend to kind of agree, but not really in a way. Again, I just don't know if I could take any moral victories away from this if we lose. I just don't know if I can. This has gone on for a decade. I mean, there's some people that don't even, come on, a whole decade of not winning the big game when it counts. That's something. Jamal says, I feel like D'Amico is cocky enough to not double DK. He's a good coach though, man. Again, they're not sitting around on their hands down there in Texas this week. They're figuring out what it is they have to do to exploit our weaknesses, and So again, I hope you're right. But again, I like that young coaching staff down in Houston. Yinzer Joe says Texans are fast to the ball, but do miss tackles. Warning game will rank very high after. You know what they do? They're two of the best. They're elusive as hell. So maybe we could gain advantage there. Also, Jamal says, winning the ball, I feel it. Somber says that's a crazy bar. Just don't get murdered. Jamal says Juan Valdez Scantling, man, I want to slap him already. Vegas, Tyrone, let's see. Fed, gotcha. Tortilla, got him on that. Somber says this. Anxious is an understatement. Aaron says my team will have more all-time wins than Chuck Noll if we win tonight. Plus, he wants to see Kim and Wyatt get their first playoff win. Or Kim and Wyatt? What? Their first playoff wins? Cam and Watt is, I think, where you're going. Let's see. No, Jamal says you paid $5 for that. LOL. Also, sorry, talk text can't spell. No, you're good, brother. Always. I tend to get mostly what's being said. If I don't, I do apologize. It's only for an entry, Jamal. End of days. Metcalf will win. Metcalf will have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. That would be fantastic. If Metcalf has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, it's going to be a good day for the Steelers. Let's see what else. Tortilla, $2 only give you like 50 characters too. I had to up the cash. Jamal says, dude, you was the funniest person I know for a while. Also, cost to be funny. Somber says, finally, right up here, Jamal says, I want to Snapchat, a super chat, talking trash with the Steeler gang, but that's like $50. Steeler freak, my man, Big John Stud. Middle name Mud says this. Tater's mom better put more money on the KFC gift card she bought me before the game. Tater's mom, huh? I wonder if Tater's mom knows Derpy's aunt. They're both Cleveland fans. Let's go Steelers. Jen, what up? Jen on the terrible board. Great to see you today. It's time. It's the day. Jen, here we are. It is playoffs, AFC Wildcard game. AFC Wildcard weekend wraps up tonight. Everybody in the nation will be sitting around to watch your team playing tonight, guys. Let's get this win. Tortilla says, yeah, it's like $20 a month. Gang, my man Jamal. TC says this game reminds me of Quit First McKeesport. Spell was, you know what? The very first play of the game, I thought, man, this is not going to be a good day for us. But Aliquippa does come back with the arm of our quarterback, and he does get that big win, guys, in the playoffs that TC is referring to. Jamal says Somber better rub one out before the game. I plan on rubbing about 3 out before this game. It's the energy level is there. Believe that. Let's go right here. Use Derpy's Diddy oil is what Jamal is saying. Also, Somber says, hey, and Tyrone, I'm ready to see some aggression tonight. First half is huge tonight. All 4 quarters, guys, is huge tonight. As I said, this has to be looked at just as a Raven division game. Every play, if you make every play the biggest play of the game as you do when you play the Ravens, you're going to be in this game. If you play every play is meaningful, like you do when you play Baltimore, I think you're in this game because, again, this is a team that's similar in style to what teams like the Steelers and the Ravens do. Strong defense, making up that whatever they're lacking in offense with the strong defense. So, guys, I say you can't play this any different than a Ravens game. Be physical, hit them around, but every play must certainly count. And it might just be one play that's the difference in a game like this. So, man, I can't believe we got about 6. I don't know, what do we got? 7 hours. 6.5 hours. You can't get here fast enough. I do want to say thank you for the entry from Jamal on the board. He says, no, you were the GOAT. You, Jamal, Tyrone, all my friends from over. You know where I'm talking about. I don't know what's going on. So, but you guys know my boys. Good luck to you, and thank you, my friend Jamal. Hopefully, good luck to you. Hopefully, you win. Let's move on the terrible board right here. Jamal says, seeing how the message can be. I'll see how long the message can be. Jamal says, tortilla, don't end up in jail. Tortilla Herman. So you are rubbing one out before the big game tonight, aren't you, Tortilla? No, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, all right, I will. Just because I have an opportunity. We had Pee Wee Herman as a kid. Guys my age. He was a weirdo. My oldest son's age had the Teletubbies. They were weirdos. Nowadays, they have Skibbity Toilet. Did anybody see this guy? If you thought Pee Wee Herman and Tinky Winky were weird, you ought to guys go check out the Skibbity Toilet. This guy that pops his head out of a toilet somewhere. Skibbity Toilet, Mike. Nothing scarier than a man popping his head out of your toilet where your ass is regularly widely there. You know what I don't know. I'm just saying it's just a very
my kid took Skibbity Toilet to school for show and tell.
That's what I'm saying. I want no men popping their heads out of my toilet. But anyway, that's where we're at nowadays. Yeah, Somber, Skibbity Toilet. That's the character, I guess, YouTube thing. I don't know. But it's literally a dude's head that's stuck out of a toilet. It's a thing. A matter of fact, Mike's kid took it to school for show and tell, which is even what made me think about it. But yeah, where my ass is wide open, I don't want people's heads popping out of a toilet. Just saying. But guys, let's move forward. Giggity, giggity, Tortilla is saying. You know what I'm going to do? Must be a fan of Cleveland. I don't know, Tater. I bet you Tater likes Skibbity Toilet. Jamal says Vanilla Thunder just got done giggity giggity. I'm going to be requiring Vanilla here pretty soon, guys, as we are getting ready to draw. That's right. We're getting ready to give away in the Grab My Balls playoff giveaway right here. This football right here from my own personal collection. Guys, this isn't to make any money. This is me giving to you. Because, again, you do so much, guys. You're the support. You're here every day. You get into it with me. This football right here, I'm giving from my own personal collection, is autographed by defensive captain Cam Hayward, Steeler great receiver Antonio Brown, Steeler, from right here in Pittsburgh, Charlie Batch, the big man David DeCastro from the offensive line, Derek Moy from Rochester right up the road, Cortez Allen Rossvitrone. This ball right here is going to somebody that supports this show today. That's right, guys. We'll be drawing it real soon. I can't wait on this playoff Monday for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So much going on. Let me stay on the board here for a few more, and then I'm going to kind of move along as we're rounding third. I can't believe it on the show, but we have overs and unders. We have trivias. We have this game, this autograph football to give away. Tortilla saying, Vanilla, you have to sign it too. This is... There you go.
I don't want to lower the value any more than Cam Hayward is lowering the value of that football.
Oh, he says he doesn't want to lower it any more than Cam Hayward is lowering the value. There you go.
I wanted to donate just to get the Rossvitrone autograph.
Rossvitrone was an interesting guy. I got to be honest with you. He was interesting. Maybe I'll tell some of those tales later in the week as we do go on here on the board. Let's see. Scott, what's up, dude? Always great seeing Scott Atkins on the terrible board. Scott says there is another pick by Ramsey. This is the night. If there is another, I agree. Ramsey, if he steps it up, come on. He's such a big playmaker and such a splash playmaker. We need him as everybody, guys. All hands on deck. The back end of the Steelers needs to play playoff Steeler football of old. I agree. Salad fingers versus salad fingers. Jen says Tatey is Skibbity Toilet. Okay, Jen, you got the kids, and the grandkids. Skibbity Toilet, very popular with the youngins these days. Gang. Jamal says Tortilla. Okay, we did get that comment. Cam slander. Come on, man. Somber says. No, let's not. Also, Jamal says I got a USA headband from Semi-Pro Vanilla Thunder can sign you. He will sign your red, white, and blue headbands. That is his thing. And finally, Jamal. This is the big message, in my opinion. All hands on deck. I'm going to throw you the game ball on the terrible board today, just because you did it in all caps, and I couldn't agree more. I think this is every player has to give it all. They have to give it all. Smear the steer, as SF Surf is saying. I couldn't agree more. But guys, all hands on deck. If everybody brings it as they can, and like we expected them to when the season started, I think we can win this football game tonight against Houston and be heading off to Foxborough, Massachusetts next weekend. As much as nobody wants to go to that part of the country, we get to go there and play football if we win, guys. Next week, Sunday. If we win, we'll be playing on Sunday. So I do know that. Let's get into some overs and unders. Mike, I'm going to need your help today. Everybody on the board as well. Let's get into some overs and unders for this game against the Houston Texans. Let's see what you think. Throw your thoughts up on the board as we do go along. Mike, are you ready for some overs and unders?
I am ready.
All right, Aaron Rodgers, 1.5 touchdown passes. Aaron Rodgers, again, number one defense in the league, this Houston Texans team. Mike, over or under Aaron Rodgers, 1.5 touchdown passes tonight?
Under.
All right. Mike is going under on that. Tyrone is saying over on that. All right, guys. Throw your opinions up there. Throw your guesses up on the board as well. Let's get to the next one. Here we go. This is a big one. Guys, let me know your opinions on this. Over or under any first quarter points scored by the Steelers. So I'm going to call it a half a point. Guys, over or under the Steelers' first quarter scoring, 1/2 a point, over or under. Mike, what's it going to be for tonight? First quarter scoring, 1/2 a point, over or under?
Over.
We're going to score in the first quarter is what you're saying. I think Armac is agreeing with you. Tyrone, Jamal says might be A-Rod's last game. He'll be balling out. Will we score in the first quarter? That is the over-under. 1/2 a point is what the over and under is. Everybody seems to be saying that we're going to score first to Jamal. Jamal saying over. Let's move on. DK Metcalf, 5.5 catches. He's due. He hasn't been around a couple weeks. Maybe he feels that he has some making up to do to this team. 5.5 catches, Mike, by DK Metcalf, over or under?
You know what? I'm going to take the over. I know in his playoff career, he averages about 4 or 5 catches a game. So, yeah, I'm going to take over.
All right. Armac agrees with you. Richard agrees with you as well on the terrible board. Everybody's saying over. Does DK Metcalf need to have 5.5 catches, Mike, in this game?
I don't think so. He doesn't have to. He can't have any drops.
Okay.
When the ball's thrown to him, he has to catch it and convert the first down or get a big play out of it. It's not the amount that catches; is what he's going to do with them.
All right. Good enough. Jamal says A-Rod is forcing DK the ball. That's kind of a problem for me. I don't want him to force anything. Yeah. I want him to look. I want him to find his guys. But you're right. We tend to do that. Sometimes you want to force to get it to a guy, but you see that happens with Jonnu. Sometimes he seems to force to get over him. And I don't want to see Aaron force anything tonight.
Just go to whoever's open.
You know what? No one should be able to read a defense like he can, certainly at this point in his career. So let's hope that happens. Tyrone says over 7 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Also, Jamal says this. Jamal says no drops. I'll take that. Somber says JPJ on Collins, Pierre on Higgins, Eccles, ASJ Jr. on Noel Kirk, Peyton Ramsey on Schultz. All right, guys, let's get to it. Also, next on the overs and unders, a half of tight end touchdown for the Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith. Any tight end on this team, 1/2. And you got to remember, even though Meatwad could get in on a tush push, like 1/2 of a touchdown for the tight ends today. Miss Pittsburgh is saying over on the board. What do you think?
I'm taking the over. And I was gonna say Meatwad before we both brought him up. Yeah, I'm going over.
All right, Meatwad. Somebody, one of our tight ends are going to score is what you're saying. Ty, Armac, Miss Pittsburgh, they're all saying over as well. TC saying Aaron is a dog, been there. That's what I'm saying. He has that. Like it or not, what the situation we're in, we have that. We are where we are right now. What has to happen in the future, we'll deal with in the future. What happens in the past, you can't change. What we can change is what we have right now. And you know what? Aaron he's a dog. He's been there, done that. And he has to use that to his advantage. Tyrone says Muth is going to score. Miss Pittsburgh is going over on the tight end's touchdown. Guys, this one, Jamal, I'm interested to see what my man Jamal says, because 2.5 field goals. I don't change this one week by week. I keep this one on my sheet every week. It's usually 2.5 field goals by Boz. Guys, what do you think? 2.5 field goals. Again, you're playing the number one defense where points are the premium. You don't want to go on too many fourth downs and not convert. So field goals might be very, very valuable tonight. With that being said, guys, over or under, Chris Boswell, 2.5 field goals, but also what Jamal was saying, he hasn't been himself this year. So, guys, what do you think? Somber saying over on the field goals, 2.5 field goals. Tyrone as well, Mike.
I'm going to take the over. Well? Yeah, because we've seen a lot this playoffs. Teams keep going for it on fourth down, and they didn't end up not getting the conversion or getting a touchdown out of the drive and leaving points on the field. We complain about it a lot, but Tomlin does, for the most part, let's get the points and get out of there.
And that's a smart coaching move.
Doing that, and it bit some teams in the ass.
And the thing is, I mean, how many times I'm watching this game yesterday over the weekend with Chicago? When they go for fourth down like 19 times in this game. Yeah. Again, you're going to win by that and you're going to lose by that. I think you can control that. If you're not just excelling in every area with your skill players, I think you stay away from that at all costs. Use it situationally. I'm not saying don't do it, but again, play smart football. That's your best chance to win, especially like a team like the Steelers. We're not pretty. We're not, we don't do amazingly great things with skill players. So again, get these field goals. Hey, you kick 3 of them. That's 9 points, guys. If you go for it on fourth down and don't get in the end zone, you're getting nothing. Nothing versus points, in my opinion, always wins. And through the course of a game, trying to in a sense, get 7 instead of 3 when you don't have to do that. Take the points, Mike. Every play in this game counts, as it is the Ravens and the Steelers will be playing. Good.
Yeah. Now, if you're rocking and rolling down into the end zone and it's 4th and goal, I'm not opposed to going for it, because you're rocking and rolling, you're getting down.
But you got to look around you as well. Look what's going on. Look at the time. Look at the game. Look at who you're playing. Look at what they could do. Look what they've done so far. Look at they have a number 1 defense. You're going to get another opportunity to get down there. There's about 50 things you have to look at before you make that decision, and that's why I'm so crazy about it.
Yeah, but if their offense is playing like shit, our defense is playing well. You got to roll that risk factor into it too. Like, hey, we're playing well on both sides of the ball. Short field, you have another chance to get back down there. So, a lot of factors going into it.
Absolutely. And that's what coaches not easy. That's what these guys make a lot of money.
They're doing it on the highest level. Tomlin said, that's why I'm well compensated.
They're doing it on the highest level. You don't have to stop a guy. You have to stop a guy who's a world-class athlete.
Yeah.
You have to stop a guy that's, the best at his position. So, again, there's so many things. Again, at the end of the day, that's why all these guys make a lot of money in that company, which, it's awesome. Good for them. Let's move on. TJ Watt, guys, here we go. You ready? I got some overs on that last one on the field goal, somber tie. Next one. TJ Watt, 1/2 a splash play. And I'm talking splash play. I'm talking fumble recovery. I'm talking fumble caused, interception, a sack that a splash. Guys, 1/2 of a splash play. Does he have it in him with the money he makes? Does TJ Watt, Mike, 1/2 a splash play? Not a sack throughout the course of the game. I'm talking splash play. Mike, does TJ Watt bring it tonight for the money he makes? Over or under? 1/2 a splash play.
I'm taking the under.
Going under on that. Unfortunately, you know what? Until he shows us otherwise, I think a lot of people are going to agree with you. He disappears in the playoffs. I hate to say it. It's too much money to disappear in the playoffs. But Tyrone says TJ Watt for life, guys. If he makes it, we're all going to be on the TJ. We're all going to be on the TJ boat tomorrow. Believe me.
I want him to.
But again, what you've seen him do in the playoffs to this point, the zeros across the boards, it's not very encouraging. So I think that this is big. This is a big day for him. Again, big for everybody. You know what? I don't know. I don't know where Phil is. Phil the Steel. Let's move on to the next one, guys. Nick Herbig, a half sack. Does Nick Herbig have a half sack in him? Guys, Nick Herbig, a half sack tonight. Over or under, Mike?
I'm going to take the over.
All right. A half sack. He's going to go over. He's going to get a sack is what you're saying.
I'm taking the over, yep.
All right, guys. Throw your thoughts up on the board on that. Nick Herbig, a little playmaker, man. A little Armac is saying over on that as well. And this next one, it's not as significant if we don't win this football game tonight, but the next one is the one that everyone hates on the show, but we continue to do it anyway, guys. The last over or under. Will there be a half of a devastating injury? A half a devastating injury, which would be a long-term injury to any player or to lose any player of significance in tonight's game. Again, if we lose, it doesn't mean as much. If we win, it certainly will mean something moving forward. Mike, one half of a devastating injury tonight. Tyrone is saying under on the board.
I'm taking the over.
You're going to go over. It just has that feel. Somebody's got to get hurt, right?
Oh, yeah, it does. And I think I've taken the over every time on this one. And I haven't been wrong.
Unfortunately, you have not been wrong. Let me just bounce down a little bit. I think maybe I don't want to miss anybody here. Scott says this bold prediction: Steelers get a 3-score lead early by getting some good bounces. Steelers are due to get a playoff win. DeMarco Ryans talks like a punk. I want Aaron Rodgers to shove this down his throat. Hey, that's a good take. Let's do see also here. TC says this. Remember, Ravens had a good defense too. They were exposed. They just kind of had a very inconsistent season this year, like we did, in a sense. Baltimore. Just so inconsistent. Tyrone says, yeah, be smart with it. Also, Jamal says, yeah, let me be serious. Got to go over for Boz. I got you on that one. Somber says it costed teams games. Got to take the point. Absolutely. The point of the game is to have more points than the other team when it's all said and done. And by all means, let's do that. Jamal says, I was tired until I came on the show. Bro, I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Listen, that's what it's about, man. Get pumped up. Get excited. We got a big football game tonight. TC says Aaron will be fine. People don't know that Aaron has been in this situation many times. You're right. You're right. If anything, we have a coach and a player that's been there for about a total of 20 years apiece. There shouldn't be much that these guys don't see and don't know and don't, that should be an advantage for us for sure. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anybody because we're going to start. We're going to get into trivia. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
The 2dumyinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. We got the dumb thoughts and all the links to our social media. Check it out. And you won't see Derpy's boobies over there. You have to go to the OnlyFans for that.
That's the pay site. Steeler Freak says this. There are those who make things happen, watch things happen, and wonder what the fuck happened. Which will the Steelers be tonight? It's true. It's true. Jamal says, who is the tight end that Strauss used the belt? I'm not sure. I don't know much about the Texans, to be honest with you. I'm learning this week as everybody else is. This isn't a team that we're generally mixing it up with. So a lot of these questions, I would look it up just the same that you would when it comes to Houston. Yes, Jamal. Yeah, Jamal, you did get the game ball. And let me look right here. And one more. I'm going to go right here, and then I'm going to go back up to the top. Scott says this, if the big play is there, the offensive guys have to make them against this defense. Absolutely. You got to take advantage of this defense any way that you can, and it's not going to be easy by any means. The offensive guys have to make them against the defense. Freiermuth and DK have to ball out. Smear the steer, everybody. Move back up to the top, yeah. Right here. And the day says this, TJ is due for a big big game, 2 sacks. I hope you're right. And you know what? I didn't go with maybe I should have. And I didn't go with the over and under on the pass interferences just because JPJ has been looking nice. I mean, he did have that pass interference, was kind of bullshit the other week. But what do you guys think? Let's call it 1.5. We'll call it 1.5. Over and under, Mike, 1.5. JPJ pass interference or defensive holding call. This is an extra one for the playoffs. Mike, what do you think? JPJ over or under 1.5 pass interferences and or defensive holdings?
You said 1.5?
Yeah.
Or a half?
1.5.
I'm taking the under.
All right. Tyrone agrees with you. He's going under as well. Mark Malone says, I could see a strip sack for Watt. I hope you're right. And again, I'm just calling it as I see it. I'm not bad-mouthing Watt. I'm not bad-mouthing Coach. I'm just calling it as I see it. And, these guys got to go out and they got to go out and get it done. That's what it's about. Otherwise, it's just more of the same. That's one thing that's kind of getting old here for Steeler fans. I think that we could all agree on that. So that was the overs and unders. I did give you the keys earlier and my prediction. Guys, I don't think we have much else to do before we get into trivia today than get this game ball and pass it to somebody. And again, this is something that I've been looking forward to doing for quite some time. Let me just lay it out one more time in case you're just tuning in. Guys, this is Grab My Balls playoff giveaway. I'm giving this from my very own personal collection. This football right here with the autographs of Cam Hayward, Antonio Brown, Charlie Batch, David DeCastro, Derek Moy, Cortez Allen, and Ross Vitrone. Right here on this football, we're just minutes away from drawing the winner to this, guys. I do want to say good luck to everybody and thank you to everybody that is involved and did participate. Again, we're not to make money. I want to give this away, and if we make a few bucks, we're going to turn around and put it right back in the show. So you will see the fruit as well there. So, guys, we'll be getting into that in just a few minutes here, as this is just where we're at in the show, guys. A little bit after 2 o'clock. Game starts 8:15 tonight, guys. A little over 6 hours. A little over 6 hours, guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing a playoff game, and we've been waiting. We've been waiting a year. Again, it's been a year and 1 day since we lost our last playoff game against the Ravens. And here we are. Let me catch up on some of these messages, guys, and we are going to draw. I want to draw this winner. I'm excited. I can't wait to see. I know that a lot of different people got in on this, a lot of regulars, a lot of people on the terrible board. I'm very, very excited to see where this is going. Somber says, I think over. Collins is a big dude. It's going to be a dogfight. Absolutely. Absolutely. First penalty's called on JPJ. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a matchup and a half, if you will. Tyrone says, don't hurt my feelings. Somber says, but if he locks him up, I don't care about the over. And the thing is, for sure. Somber, just trying to be realistic. LOL. Ty says he's going to strap him. Armac says no JPJ or YB slander is tolerated. And shout out to Tyrone Armac. Of course, Tyrone is greater than JPJ. I agree with that. Hey, I don't know JPJ personally, so yes, Tyrone is the GOAT. Ty also says yes, that's right, everybody. Also, tortilla or Taco Bell slander. No Taco Bell slander. We don't put up with that here. We might talk about Asian women every once in a while, maybe a Jewish fella, and even the Indians. But we don't listen. We don't tolerate slander of Taco Bell. Not here. We don't. Zach
Taco Bell is thing.
Right. Zach Stone. I want Steelers to win so they can go whoop the Patriots' ass in New England. Fuck those fans. You know what? I do too. I mean, obviously, I want to win, and I do want to say welcome to the terrible board, Zach. But again, it hasn't historically went well for us in New England in the past. So again, that could be a whole nother conversation. We have a lot to get done tonight before we could even think that. But I agree with you. I really do agree with you on that. I would love to beat New England. Tyrone says, I love Taco Bell. Might get that for the game. I could eat Taco Bell for the rest of my life. You know what? Jamal says, that's the worst food on earth. Let's see. And today's Mark Malone was a terrible. You ain't shitting. Talking about a nightmare decade. But we still even managed to get wins in that decade, though. So come on, guys. We got to get this win. This win is huge. Hot with Jamal. You know what? That's just as, in my opinion, even better. Hot wings, certainly a great game time food. Tortilla, I just had Taco Bell. Vegas, $5 at Taco Bell. You ain't kidding. That's the problem. The prices on everything now is unbelievable. I get a burger and a fry, and it was like $14. That's bullshit, man. $14 for a burger and a fry? And obviously not from Taco Bell, but you get the point. Let's grab a couple more. Armax says Taco Bell only if I'm drunk. Hey, that's a good point as well. Good game plan. Jamal, we heard you. Tortilla, LOL. Tyrone, Ryan, so every other night. Basically. And also Jamal says what you have from there. From Taco Bell, I love the cheesy gordita crunches. And I mean, I love them. But the fact that it's turning into a $9 taco is unbelievable, and I just can't afford it. Who can? $9 for a taco? But the cheesy gordita crunch is my number one favorite, and then I get the side of nacho cheese, and I just dip the shit out of it. That is my favorite. That's my go-to from Taco Bell, but there's about 50 things that I do go to because, again, you have to look at prices now. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what fast food costs, and I don't like where this trend is going. But anyway, that's a whole other story for a whole other day. All right, Mike, I think it's time. And Mike, I don't know. Are you able am I able to see you? Can I see your hands? Can I see? Is there anything that could go on your end that I could make this more transparent? Because I don't want to I don't want to leave any questions on the table with this drawing. Mike, what can you do on your end?
I'm trying to get into view here on my camera. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So as Mike is working on his view, I'm trying to give this football away right now. And if you can't,
I'm working on it.
If you can't, just come up to my studio and it needs to be transparent. That's all. I don't want anything to be any questions.
Yeah. I had my camera all set up too.
Jamal says, who can? Shaking my head. That's crazy. Yeah, I can. I can eat the nacho fries, tortilla, the deluxe box, like $10, and you get a taco, 5-layer burrito, and chalupa, and the chalupas. I like it all. It's basically all the same thing if you think about it. It's just different textured, a different textured shell. The chalupas and the gorditas and the soft shells and everything in the middle is the same. It's just all the shell that's a little bit different. But Tyrone says Taco Bell, my shit, my too, man. Prices went up crazy on everything. I don't know what it's like down your way, dude. But here in Western PA, it sucks. Everything is unaffordable, and it's no surprise that everything's shutting down. I'm seeing Wendy's are shutting down like 500. All right. Wendy's shutting down like 500 stores I just seen last week. So again, something's going on. I don't like it. But again, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Tortilla says I fucked that box up. I noticed we have a bunch of taco carts around these days. I've been trying. Yeah, there's a lot of different taco places popping up for sure. Vegas tortilla, we got you on that one. I think Vanilla is coming up to my studio, to be honest. Let's see. Jamal says, yeah, I'm street taco guy now. Yeah, I love street tacos too. Somber says, then you shit it all out in 2 hours. Tortilla says, yeah, all the fast food gone up, but the box isn't a bad deal. Get a decent amount of food. And today's Steeler New England rematch would be crazy. I out of my peripheral, I see Mike moving into my space here. Let me just read a couple more questions here, or a couple more comments, and we will get into this. Jamal says might be noodles for the game if I'm smart. Vegas says Mexican food is all the same. It just depends on what you do with the tortilla, kind of like Italian. Exactly. If you had pizza, you had pizza. People ask, did you have pizza from here? Well, it is a crust and sauce and cheese. Yeah, I am pretty sure I had it at some point. And Jamal says Taco Bell is not Mexican food. Maybe you're right. All right, guys. So here it is, guys. It's time. It's time. Everybody that entered, everybody that didn't enter, we are going to make this drawing right now. We're going to give away my balls. This is the Grab My Balls playoff giveaway. This football right here behind me, guys, autographed by Cam Hayward, Antonio Brown, Charlie Batch, David DeCastro, Derek Moy, Cortez Allen, Ross Patrone. It is going to leave my presence. I'm going to pass it to somebody right now. Mike is right here in my peripheral. I feel him. I don't see him. And Mike is reaching his hand. So shake that around so everybody sees what's going on. Now this is all the way up to date, Mike. This is from the people that entered today as well.
Yeah, up to date.
All right.
Fuckers made me work during the show.
All right. So there's Mike. You see his hand. That is not my hand, as you can see. So Mike is putting. Okay. Come on now. So Mike has all the names of every entry, guys, the Tortillas and Sombers and Armax and Miss Pittsburgh and everybody. It's all right here. Let me show everybody. And here is all the names, and I'm mixing them around thoroughly, as you can see, right in front of my face. And then I'm going to hand it back over to Mike on camera. Oh, hold on, wait, don't pick it just yet. Get out of it. Keep going. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'll hold it. Mike can pick it. I think Mike really wants to pick it, so I'm gonna let him pick it. But let me shake it a little bit more. Everybody that we've seen pop over the past week in the entries, their name is literally right here in this plastic thing Mike gave me. All right, spinning it, mixing it. All right, guys, here we go. Cody's in it. I seen Tortilla says if Cody doesn't win, it's rigged. Mike Googled the answer. I swear, more than likely. But here we go, guys. Let me bounce it a little bit.
Who won?
I am bouncing it around here, moving it. There we go. Here we go. Guys, here it is for this game ball. Grab my balls, playoff giveaway today. It comes to a head. The tire hits the cement, whatever the saying is. Here we go. Rubber meets the road, Mike says. All right, so here we go. Here is all the participants. Mike, you were going to pick one. Hold on. Let me move my stop. Let me move my hand so it doesn't seem I have to be transparent as can be. So here we go. Mike, you put your hand in there. You see Mike putting his hand in. He's fondling. He's pulling one out. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to move it over here. And Mike has the answer right now. Mike literally knows who won the football. Mike is literally laughing. So I don't know what that means. But Mike, who won the football giveaway, Mike?
Cody.
No, said
It actually is Cody. I shit you not. And that little scribble of handwriting says Cody.
Sure enough, right there. It does say Cody. I don't know if you can see that or not. There it is, Cody.
My chicken scratch, that is Cody.
Congratulations, Cody. Cody wins.
All right, Cody.
Cody wins the ball, guys. Cody, you know what? He was the one that went on and on about grabbing and twisting the balls too, as we were talking about this contest, like all week long. Cody Silva, you are the winner. I 100%, guys. We try to be as transparent as can be right here. Cody did win the football, guys. Thank you to everybody for participating. Cody, we'll get in touch with us, vice versa, on Discord or something, and we will get your address, get that sent to you ASAP. This football is gone. It is no longer going to be behind me, guys, unless Cody has it behind his video and anything that he does. But congratulations to Cody, guys, for winning the Grab My Balls playoff giveaway right here on the Two Dum Yinzers for this autographed football that has Cam Hayward, Antonio Brown, Charlie Batch, Dave DeCastro, Derek Moy, Cortez Allen, and Ross Vitrone right here. Cody Silva, congratulations, my friend. I'm glad it went to somebody here from the somebody regular on the board. Any of you guys would have been perfect, but Cody, congratulations. Awesome. We'll get that sent to you ASAP. Let me drop down here, grab a couple more of these messages. We are going to get into the Cody. Ryan, I was in a rap video, to be honest with you, Somber. I'll get to that in just a second. Let me catch up. How about this right here? Okay. This one's funny. Tortilla says Taco Bell is like jail food. They just be throwing shit together. Ty says, oh shit, good luck everybody. Somber says Tortilla, if Cody doesn't win, it's hey, you know what? What's the chances? It was Cody. Come on. Jamal, someone owes Cody a ball. Sure does. We sure do. Somber says shaking it, bouncing it around, moving it. Somber, I was in a rap video. We early on in the show. Early on in the show, we had a bunch of local people coming in as guests, and we did have rappers from the area, and I'm pretty sure we were somewhere in one of the videos. Mike, do you remember how that played out? Are we in a rap video or? Yeah,
we're in one of them with guys from Hit 'em Hard.
Hit 'em.
Yeah, they were over at one of the other studios that we would always use, and they came over and filmed a segment.
That's right. We are in that video. So yes, guys, believe it or not, we are in a rap video. Hit 'em hard music. Did come in.
I think bromiitis was in that video as well. That's a story for another day.
That'll be a story for another day. Bromiitis, I think that's a killer story. But yes, if you go back far enough, I'm sure you could find reference to it. I think that was season 2. See, we had the guys in on season 1, but I think it would have been more season 2 the way that all played out. So let me just stick on the board here and get caught up on these messages. Cody, the win. Cody is the GOAT. Cody always wins. Tyrone is saying that's too dope. Jamal says everybody's saying congratulations to the Code Man. Same here, man. Somber, he's probably at work. We'll tell him. Jamal Tortilla just called it like that. Damn, dude, how do you do it? Right? Can you come up here and help me with some lottery, my man? Tortilla Cody got like 30 entries in. He did pop in. All right, there he is. Cody says this. Cody says, I'm a winner. You all suck. Cody, congratulations, my friend. We will get this sent down to you. Can't wait to get that to you. Jamal says this, still dope. You called it. Miss Pittsburgh, congratulations, Cody. Mark Malone, I thought he was saying a rat video, of course, the band Rat back in the day. Mike is saying on the terrible board, Cody, email us. Send us an email. We'll get you all set up to get you this football. Somber said the only person who shortens the word you to you I've ever seen. You. I see what you're saying. Nobody says why you is what you're saying. And Cody did that. Cody also says, thank you. I'll take this and I'll take this win and be very annoying. You know what? We wouldn't expect any other ways, Cody. Congratulations to you. He does get the balls, as Jamal is saying. Cody wins all the balls. Tortilla says, lick him, don't bite him. Cody, sore winner. Also, Cody is saying, guys, Cody the GOAT tie is saying on the board, let's get to this, Mike, it's time. Let's get into the trivia. The question of the day, how well do you know your enemy? How well do you know your opponent? This week, our opponents are the Houston Texans. Let's get to it. The Houston Texans have played 15 playoff games in their team history. Of course, we learned earlier in this week that they came in 2002. 2002, and they played 15 games in their history. How many wins of the 15 games that Houston played in their history? 23 years. How many wins have the Houston Texans accumulated in that period of time, guys? That is the question of the day. How well do you know your opponent? How well do you know your how well do you know your enemy? How well do you know your opponent? Guys, 15 games the Texans played in playoffs. How many of those were wins? 15 played. How many were wins? Tortilla saying 7 on the terrible board. Cody saying Izzy is going to try to steal his ball. Jamal says that's really how you spell it. That's how you really spell you. Cody, let's see what else we got here. Tyrone steals my comments. Max says, Tyrone says, or Izzy call you a bandwagon because you're from Pittsburgh and a Steeler fan. And guys being silly on the board. Is he funny? Laugh my ass off, everybody. Question of the day. Here we go, though. This is the question, guys. What do you think? The Houston Texans have played 15 postseason games in their team's history. You got to remember, guys, they came in 2002. This is 2026. They played 15 postseason games in their team's history. How many of those were wins? 15 played. We know they haven't won on the road. How many of the 15 games? We have a 7. We have a guess by Tortilla on the board is 7. Throw your guesses up there, guys. But in the meantime, we're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to about 2 o'clock p.m. every day right here on the tube.
On the tube.
Jamal says, off my ass off, comment Steeler. All right, guys, question of the day. Houston Texans been in 15 playoff games in their team's history. How many of those 15 did they win? Throw your guesses up, guys, if you have them. Unfortunately, no football. There's not a football in this to win, but you can still get it correct. Jamal says, we know you're a fan, bro. Just don't fun it because of bandwagon. Monday Night Football. That's right, baby. Monday Night Football tonight. Tyrone is saying 6. 6 on the board. Tortilla says 7. Tyrone said 6. Throw your answers up on the board. We'll be getting those out in just a second here. As we are heading into the AFC wild card, the last game of the AFC the last game of the NFL wild card round. Jamal saying 5. They have 5 wins out of the 15 games played. Throw your thoughts up there, guys. If you think you know it, even if you don't think you know it, throw your guesses up there. Tonight, Monday Night Football, 8:15 on the North Shore. Do be sure to stop by Gold Lot 2 if you are down at the game, guys, because we will be, the two Dum Yinzers will be with Duquesne Pill. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read that last comment that came in. Maybe 3 wins is what Draper's saying on the board. I'll get to that in just 1 second here. Draper Lawson, I do want to say welcome to the terrible board. Armac, the question was this. 15 playoff games in the Houston Texans team's history. How many of those were wins? And again, guys, do stop by Gold Lot 2 tonight if you are down at the game. Come tailgate with the two Dum Yinzers, with Pittsburgh Steely and Jay Reckless, as we will be hanging out with the people from Duquesne Pilsner. Swing by, have a beer with us. Have a Duquesne Pilsner with the two Dum Yinzers, guys. I hear the beer will be flowing like the Three Rivers is what I keep hearing. So, guys, I hope to see you down there. I'll be wearing the number 10. Not Cordell, not anybody else. That's right, Santonio Holmes. That's the jersey I'll be wearing. So keep an eye out for Santonio Holmes. And I do believe Mike will be wearing a James Harrison jersey, if I'm not mistaken. So keep an eye out for those 2 numbers tonight. Come have a beer with the two Dum Yinzers down in Gold Lot 2 tonight at the Wildcard game in Pittsburgh. TC is saying 12 overall. Armac is saying 0. Question of the day. The Houston Texans, they have played in 15 playoff games in the team's history. How many of those games did they win? I'm seeing all different kind of answers. 12, 0, 7, 5, 6. Bunch of different answers, guys. Throw yours up there if you think you got it. Tyrone's going with the JPJ jersey. Love it. Big night for JPJ. Hopefully tonight, obviously covering Collins. This should be a big game. Hopefully a big game for him. We need it. We need him to have a big game. Not sure which one I'm rocking. Jamal says Armac is going with the Rod, the A-Rod. A-Rod? Not Rod Woodson. I know some guys you will see. You'll certainly see Rod Woodson jerseys. A lot of different people, a lot of different jerseys will be down on the North Shore tonight. Guys, question of the day is this. The Houston Texans played in 15 playoff games in their team's career, or team's history. Of course, we learned earlier this week they came around in 2002. So 15 games in the playoffs the Houston Texans played since 2002. How many of them were wins? A lot of different answers on the board, guys. I'll just give you another second or two, and then we'll get the answer away here. Jamal says, don't want to think like this is our last. And that's what I'm saying. Nobody, come on. I can't even think that way. I wouldn't even be able to enjoy myself tonight if I did think that way, but it's a possibility, unfortunately. But I do want to say we'll be right here tomorrow, regardless of what happens. As a matter of fact, we'll be here all season, all year around, 365 days. The two Dum Yinzers show is intact, and we're here all year, guys. So don't forget that no matter what happens. I think we win, but just saying, just throwing it out there. Jamal says this, that's my next jersey. Dude, Rod Woodson jerseys was badass, man. That's what everybody had back in the day because they only had like one jersey from every team when we were kids. Jamal, I'm sure you could probably remember that. You're, in the same age range. And it was always Rod Woodson. It was always Rod Woodson for our Steelers. Hot Wang says Steelers, baby. I love having the Hot Wangs on the terrible board. Gang, Hot Wang is what Jamal says. Gang, Hot Wang. I like that. Let's see. Tortilla says I'm wearing my AB jersey, and if we lose, I'm going to kick Tater in the face. That's fair enough. I don't think there's anybody here that could that would disagree with that decision. 6-8 is what Zach Stone is saying. And finally, Tyrone says JPJ will really put his name on the map. I hope you're right, dude. This could be the night. And boy, would it go well with the Steeler win. Guys, question of the day. The Texans played 15 playoff games in the team's history. How many of those games were wins? Zach Stone, you nailed it right on the head. 6 wins, 8 losses. 6 wins, 8 losses is the Houston Texans playoff record. So they could either be 6-9 or 7-8 tonight. Let's hope that it's 6-9. Yeah, absolutely. It was right. You couldn't find anybody else. You know what I mean? Like Rod Woodson, that was the jersey back in the day, man. Draper Lawson, I do want to say welcome to the terrible board. Draper says first time in my life I'll be rooting for Pittsburgh just to be on. Well, we welcome you. The thing about the Steeler family, we will welcome you, man, with open arms. Let's see. Who's your team, Draper? RMAX says 9 losses soon. I like that. Tyrone did get 6 correct. You're absolutely right. I do apologize, Jamal. Tyrone did get that correct as I think when he gave the record, that kind of threw me off because it was exactly 6-8. But yes, Tyrone did get that. Good job, Tyrone. Nailed that one. 6 wins for the Texans. And TC also says Rod was wrong for calling the Ravens game. Guys, we gave a football away today. This was the giveaway. This was our playoff giveaway. We've been planning on doing this. I wanted to do this. I'm happy to do this. We're going to be sending this ball over here with Cam Hayward, Antonio Brown, Charlie Batch, David DeCastro, Derek Moy, Cortez Allen, and Ross Patrone. We're going to be throwing it down to Texas, down to Cody Silva. He did win the contest, guys, today. Fair and square. It was, again, I wanted it to be as transparent as possible, to leave no questions. So congratulations to Cody. I hope you enjoyed. It's a great, it's a great conversation piece, and you could have that. I don't know what's going on down there. Maybe your man cave, your den, whatever you got going on. I think this will be a good addition to that. So we're going to get that to Cody ASAP, guys. Cody says, I hope you guys use all the money I sent on kegs, keg stands, cocaine, and hookers. You can pretty much guarantee that, my man. But no, congratulations, Cody. We will get that to you, sir. I hope you love it. It's a really nice football, too. It is. So I hope you enjoy it. Armac, everyone, my man, always great seeing you. Congratulations, Cody. You are the GOAT from Cody. Believe it or not, Bingo says congratulations, Cody. Bingo, my man, as well. Always great seeing you on the board. Mike, anything before we do start getting ready to wrap things up for today? I mean, it's wild card day. This is playoffs. The Steelers play tonight. Well, you waited for this all year. Here it is tonight. Mike, anything before we wrap it up?
No, I'm ready to go for a fucking game, boys. Let's fucking go.
All right, there you go. Tortilla says the Steelers paid fake Texan fan to antagonize DK at practice. Draper says, I grew up being a Colts fan. I would watch Big Ben, and I remember the bus back in the day. My dad could not stand them. Ha ha ha. I'm a big fan of Mike T. Curley. Well, hey, awesome, bro. You're always welcome in the Steeler community. We're glad to have you. Always glad to see you on the terrible board. I do want to say these few things before we do wrap it up for the day. I do want to say this. We're all over social media, guys. Do go check us out and follow, all those fun things to support the show. If you like what we do, guys, we are on Facebook, we are on X, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Go over, hit the like button, follow button. Keep up with what the two Dum Yinzers are up to on a day-to-day basis. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, do hit the like button down below. Share, comment, any of that stuff. That all helps us out in the algorithm, guys. We appreciate it all. Thank you so much. What else do we got going on? I do want to say, also, do join us tonight. The two Dum Yinzers, Vanilla and I will be down at the tailgating at the stadium tonight. Go to Gold Lot 2. Make your way on over. Say what's up. Have a beer with us. There is Duquesne Pilsner. It's going to be, like I said, it's from what I hear, it's going to be flowing like the Three Rivers. Swing over to see the two Dum Yinzers in Gold Lot 2 tonight. Have a Duquesne Pilsner. Also joining us will be Pittsburgh Steely and Jay Reckless. We'll all be there with the guys from Duquesne Pilsner. It's going to be a lot of fun. Do swing by. I can't wait to drink with everybody. Get down there. Let's have a blast. And finally, I do want to say this. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do this without you guys. Thank you so much. Everybody on the board, thank you. You always keep the show interesting, and you are the lifeblood of this show. I always say that, and I always mean it. And everybody at home, whether you're watching in the car or you're listening in the car, watching on your TV, maybe you're listening at the gym, work, wherever you are, thank you too, guys. You are the best. You rock our world. We do our best to try to do it back for you guys. And just doing little things like this is kind of our way. So again, thank you so much to everybody. It's been an amazing football season. I don't think it ends tonight for the Steelers. But like I said, we're back either way tomorrow. We don't end. This thing goes all year around. We'll be getting ready for the draft, free agency, all this kind of stuff, guys. So don't forget that as well. I know it can be awfully emotional one way or another, but just kind of keep that in mind. Tyrone says, peace. Catch you on Victory Tuesday. I hope you're right, my man. We'll catch you on Victory Tuesday as well. Tortilla also says, Cody only drinks milk. TC says, yes, Pittsburgh fans are spoiled. Could be worse, like living in Cleveland. That is 100% TC, the 100% truth. And that is the mindset of every Pittsburgher, certainly the football fans. Cody, I'll be back tomorrow to tell you guys how good I am at winning. Sounds good. Great. Hey, thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. That's always appreciated from you, ma'am. Ryan's balls are going in my trophy case. There you go, Cody. There you go. You fall into that category of the people that touched my balls. Bingo. Yeah, put some bean soup in the crock pot and need to start hitting some whiskey, Cody. Just try to catch a few here. Steelers. Cody says this. Cody says, just like the Steelers, I always win. Troy, I do want to say what's up. Troy Klingsmith. Great seeing you on a terrible board. He says, I left all wild cards in Texas. Nice. Some guesses here or some predictions. I'm sorry. Draper says Pittsburgh 31, the Texans 24. Guys, again, tonight, do what you got to do. Get to that special spot, that special seat. Get your drink where it needs to go. Get your smoke, if you have it, where it needs to go. Get your food in front of you. And don't move out of that spot that they always seem to do good in when you're sitting in it. It's very important. Very important. Also, get the jerseys if you got them. The terrible towels waving. All the juju that you could possibly bring tonight, guys, because your Pittsburgh Steelers are back in the playoffs tonight. They're going to wrap up wild card weekend against the Texans. Texans coming to town. It's chilly, not cold. It's chilly. But again, everything counts, guys. All hands on deck for the team. All hands on deck for the fans. Bring it. Let's get this win, and let's enjoy us a nice Victory Tuesday tomorrow. Again, one way or another, we'll be back. We hope to see everybody then. We will be back at our regular time tomorrow. I do think that is everything. Again, thank you so much. Congratulations to Cody on the contest. Thank you to everybody who participated. We can't wait to talk about everything tomorrow. And again, I think it's going to be a win. I hope it's a win. And we're going to get to everything tomorrow, no matter how it plays out. So let me just double check, make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Gold Lot 2 tonight. Come hang out with the two Dum Yinzers, Pittsburgh Steely, Jay Reckless, I'm sorry, and the people from Duquesne Pilsner. Come drink some Duquesne Pilsners before you head into Acrisure tonight to root on the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be down there. So again, Mike, anything else? Anything before we wrap it up and get ready for this big game day?
I got nothing. Let's go Steelers.
All right, guys, there you go. Heard right from Vanilla's mouth. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. We love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. We love Yinzall. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again, guys. Hope to see everybody then. Enjoy yourself. More important than anything, be safe. Whatever you decide to do this evening, be safe. That's the thing that really matters, guys. So, Tyrone, Mike, let's go. Ryan, let's fucking go. That's right, baby. Let's go. Get them terrible towels going. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Put on your songs. Put on your music. Everything that you need. Get in the right mood. Guys, it's on like Donkey Kong tonight. Here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers, Houston Texans tonight, Monday Night Football. We'll be back tomorrow. First thing to talk about everything that happens tonight, guys. We hope to see you then. For Mike, for Finch, for Derpy, myself, the two Dum Yinzers, have a great Steeler game day here on Wildcard Weekend. Here we go, Steelers. We'll see you tomorrow.